Welcome to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. Are you a goofball that loves Giants football? If so, sit back and relax as we talk about the team that both excites and frustrates us so much. And now, here are your goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, to Two Giant Goofballs, the New York Giants podcast. I am Drew, not usually joined, but here he is, Sean Joker from Giants Rush here. What's up, man? How's it going?
What's going on, Drew? Excited to be here, man. It's going to be a fun night of the draft for sure.
It is going to be fun. And I see the comments already, by the way, here. Deb saying, "Hey Jay, think they'll be on time tonight." Listen, we started without Rob. We're not waiting for his tardiness here. It's the draft, damn it. We're not waiting. We're not waiting.
No.
All right. So listen, we got the draft about to start here. It's literally 8:00 on the dot here.
Yep.
I got the NFL Network action going live here on my screen here.
Okay.
Obviously I'm muted, so that way we can't get in trouble.
Right.
Trouble otherwise. I'll keep my Twitter feed going as well, so that way obviously that typically gives us the pick beforehand.
Okay. I'm a little delayed. I got it on the stream on my TV, so it's a little delayed. So you'll get the pick before I do.
That's why I always do X. We've gotten picks before. We've done it like a pick before it's on TV. Even we know.
Yeah.
You know who was actually really good one year for Connor Hughes was like 2 picks ahead somehow.
See, I can't deal with that. Like, I want to watch it live. Like, I don't want to see on Twitter who's telling me the picks are. I want to see it announced. That's me.
I can't help it. And this is why I'm the same guy who like wants to see the movie the day it comes out in theaters. I'm gonna read the goddamn article and I'm gonna spoil every single thing. Like, I have to go see like first night. I got it. Otherwise, that's what's going to happen, guys.
Okay, I get it.
I've also prepped myself with my nice little glass of imported from Mexico tequila here, just for whatever the Giants decide to mess up on here, because they're going to mess up, guys. Let's be honest. It's the Giants. It's what we do.
True. Tequila, that's my kind of guy, Drew. I'm a tequila guy. So, quick story. I actually have a bottle of tequila from Mexico. Don't judge, but it's coconut tequila, which was incredible. Straight from Mexico. So
I'm not judging. I got this over in Cozumel. This is almond tequila, actually.
Oh, okay. Almond.
Very, very good. Very good.
Yeah.
So let's do this real quick here, man, because obviously the people that watch the show on a regular basis, they know my thoughts, they know Rob's thoughts on these players. I'm gonna go through a little, not to steal the term here, we're gonna go through a little rush of all the players here real quick for see what you think here.
Yeah.
We'll go quick with Cam Ward, but let's be honest. We have no shot in hell of getting Cam Ward. He's going to be a Titan in a matter of a couple minutes. What's your thoughts on him, though?
Yeah, I mean, listen, strong arm, obviously, good size, with him. The concerns I have is just kind of he is that gunslinger. He'll overlook some open guys to try to make the big throws so I can get him in trouble. There were some games I'm in the minority at times, but watching him against teams like Virginia Tech and some other good defenses in that ACC, which isn't known for good teams, he did struggle. So I do have concerns there. But listen, the upside is there, right? It's clear. He's got a cannon for an arm. He's got, he can scramble, he can make things happen. He's got the people thinking he's Patrick Mahomes, 2.0. So I get it, right?
Nah,
so
he's like a poor man's Brett Favre to me.
Right, yeah.
That's what he is. Like, he is. Like, I don't think he's going to be stealing welfare checks from people in Mississippi anytime soon or anything, but I think he's definitely – there's Rob. There he is. Look, now because you weren't on time, Joker's half cut off here.
Yeah, look at this. Now I got to move. I got to adjust.
We got to adjust. That's what we're supposed to do pre-show, Rob. Pre-show.
Come on, man.
It's pretty early to be cut off.
By the way, guys, those who are not watching on TV, we just had Roger Goodell, the NFL commissioner, come up onto the screen in a bicycle. I'm assuming they're doing some kind of charity. There's a bunch of kids now in bicycles, but he seemed like, because he's in the suit jacket and all, it was reminding me of Pee Wee Herman's Big Top Adventure, the 1981 movie, which
March.
Well, very early movie, by the way, for Tim Burton. People forget that Tim Burton. I believe that's actually the way that Tim Burton and why am I drawing a blank right now? The guy from Oingo Boingo that did all his music. I think that's the one.
Yeah.
I think that's the one the first one they did music together on, by the way, as well, too. On top,
Danny
of that.
Elfman.
Danny Elfman. There we go. I can't believe I couldn't think of that. That's how you know how to big day work. So let's go next one here. Rob, we're getting his thoughts real quick on the players before we get going, since obviously they already know what you and I think. Let's go Abdul Carter.
Yeah, I mean, the guy is just a beast. I'll just say this, like, and it's not talked about enough, is that he dominated the game with one arm, right? Like that Notre Dame game, they could not stop him. And I know he missed a sack at one point, but it's because he had one arm. If he had two arms, that's not happening. But to watch a guy dominate a game with one arm, he's a special talent, no doubt about it. So, that's all you need to say. He's a game wrecker.
Yeah, no, he
and a home wrecker.
Well, he's just, and he beat up a guy driving a wrecker. There's all kinds of records going on here. We got all kinds of record things. Oh my gosh!
I wasn't prepared for this move, Rob. Drew did not warn me. So,
which move is that? The move with the camera, the move of the crazy things we say. Listen, it's two giant goofballs. We can't not say things crazy.
Listen, this is why you got to have Joe. Movement. You got to have Joke around here because you talk about crazy things. That fits right in. So
it fits right in there. So as long as you don't start smiling and ask us where we get these wonderful toys, we're good. So
where does he get all these wonderful toys?
Travis Hunter.
Best player in the draft. He is I don't use this term a lot, but he was a generational college player. He's the best player in the draft without a doubt.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. See, we're more on the lines of wide receiver number 2 and a nickel cover guy. I really think that's where no disrespect to him. That's still a top talent. There's not many people that can do that kind of thing.
No.
But I look at it as, and we'll talk about Shador obviously in a minute too, obviously. But it's the same thing with Shador. Who did this team play of any substance in reality? And I thought, again, you got the schedule. You can't change your schedule, obviously. That is what it is. Your schedule is what your schedule is. I'm not trying to say that they were like, oh, let's get the softest schedule possible to look as good as possible. But that's what they had before Dion even got there, obviously. Schedules are made years in advance.
Right.
But the only decent team they played was BYU, and they got blown out.
Well, I mean, here's the thing about that. That BYU D line was head and shoulders better than the CUO line. Now, they also were in the Pac-12 the year before, which a lot of those guys that are in the NFL doing well in the NFL came out of that same conference, played against those same teams. So I'm a little hesitant to, no offense, to knock guys down for who they played against.
They're fine.
But I get the argument. I definitely do. But, again, Hunter did it everywhere he was at, even at JSU. Like the kid was special, like everything he did. And again, playing 100% of the snaps on both sides of the ball, like nobody's ever done that. Like I'm old enough. You guys probably remember too, like Gordy Lockbaum back in the day for Holy Cross.
I don't know who that is. We're not as old as you.
All right. Thank you. Nice. I wanted to be older. All right. There we go. So little name drop. Gordy Lockbaum, Holy Cross was the last two-way player before Travis that was full-time. And even he didn't do anything compared to what Hunter did. So
by the way, guys, the Titans are officially on the clock. And I'm saying this. Listen, I'll say it again. We've said it before. The freaking draft should just start with the first pick. 8:00. Have your draft card ready to go. I hate this whole. Let's give you 10 minutes to start after we do 10 minutes of BS. Like you got an 8:00 start, and we're not going to have a first pick till like almost 8:30.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
it's all for money and marketing and everything.
Of course it is. They actually did a special, and I watched it on how they did the program last year, and it was actually more interesting than I thought. There's things you don't think about that go into recording and setting this whole thing up. And I'm a behind the scenes guy. Like, I love that kind of stuff, but it's interesting. So they're talking about how they have one guy setting up the camera for the hats, and one person walks them down, and one person does this, and one person writes the names down. And one person spends a week learning all the names of all the players so she can, make sure that whoever has to pronounces it correctly. Which, let's be honest, is the people who do draft stuff on YouTube here and all. Oh, yeah. Some of them are fun. Some of them are fun. Yeah. Right, Rob?
They're all easy.
Oh, my God. Listen, that's why we do our notes. We spell them phonetically. And we do about 150 players each year we scout. And we have literally had some tongue twisters. That's for damn sure.
Okay.
So before the inevitable, because I can imagine they're not going to take the full 10 minutes here. Shador Sanders, what's your thoughts?
Oh man. So listen, I like him. I watched him his entire college career. He's got a lot of intangibles that people don't. Does he have a cannon arm? No. But does he need to have a cannon arm? No. He's got other things that I think he does really well. He throws a very catchable ball, and that's something that people don't talk about enough or value enough, is you really need to throw a catchable ball. So I like that. He can manipulate inside the pocket. He can move around. He's faster, then realizes he just chose not to run and he put on a little weight. But I mean, he runs like a 4.6, 4.7 40, which is not slow for a quarterback, right? So I think he's going to do well in the NFL. And when you got the lineage coming, who his dad is,
Yep.
I'm going to bank on that every time, right? Especially if you're already talented and you have that as your dad. It's one thing like like Walter Payton's kid was not, but Shadur's is talented and he has his dad. So
Frank
I
Gore
like
Jr. last year.
Yeah,
Yo's
right.
kid last year, he didn't do anything. I mean, but different. This is a first round talent.
Yes.
And I feel like people keep forgetting that. They're acting like, okay, is it a reach to take him at 3? And I'll be the first one to tell you that point blank it is.
All right.
But he's still a first round talent.
Yeah.
I don't think that's crazy to say. And I look at him and I go, you know what? If you really want him, just take him.
Yeah.
That's like, listen, not that I'm cocky enough to think that Joe Shane's watching. Oh, well, I don't know what to do. Let me watch the 2 giant goofballs, see what they would do. But we've been saying all along, and I'll reiterate it until we get that pick in for pick 3 here. If the Giants want him, take him. If you're that confident this is the guy and he's going to put your franchise to the next level, you don't hesitate. Don't trade down.
Yeah.
Don't get somebody else and try to trade back up later on.
Don't be
Take him.
cute.
It's the most important position in all of sports, let alone football.
Yep.
If you have a guy that's the guy, quarterback is the one position that you should reach for if you think he's the guy.
Agreed.
So, now, that being said, I don't know if he's the guy. I have some questions myself on that. I mean, there's a lot, I think, overblown as far as his talent. I'm not worried about a lot of the stuff in his talent.
Yeah.
Okay, the arm's not strong enough. You don't think he can throw 3 yards down the field to Wandale? Like, I'm not trying to be a jerk about it. Like, this is Dable and Kafka's offense. We do short passes and hope for yak yards. Why would you not want an accurate quarterback who literally anticipates where his receivers are going to be when he throws it?
Yes, agreed. And he throws a nice deep ball. Like, remember, like, he played in Boulder, and Boulder's very windy. Like, the Meadowlands is not, by the way, like, Hurricane Central with those winds anymore. It's not like the old Meadowlands, right? So that's not a big concern. It's not like Boulder wasn't windy. So I'm not worried about the arm strength one bit. Like, it's stronger than people realize. I don't know if you guys saw that video with his private workout with Dabs. Like, that ball came out of his hand pretty good. Like, so.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I worry about that. My thing I just worry about is, do I ever think he's going to be elite? And are you going to saddle yourself with a quarterback that's an average quarterback, basically?
Yeah.
Which would then sabotage you from having a deep run in the playoffs, getting into a Super Bowl, kind of like the Cowboys with Dak Prescott, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, it gets to a point where you've reached your maximum potential with a quarterback. And why would you set yourself up for that if that's what you think this guy is? And that's where my quandary comes into, is I don't think he'll ever be a top 5 quarterback.
Yeah. See, I don't.
By the way, the pick is in, guys. I know you're going to be shocked when it's Cam Ward, probably. Should we just break that news now?
Yeah, I mean, they're showing the highlights of him, so yeah. I guess that's who it would be. I do think Shador could be a top 10 quarterback. I do think that. And if you can win Super Bowls with a top 10 quarterback.
I mean, people forget too, I feel like, that it's not just who you have at quarterback in the regular season. It's how they do it in the postseason. Look at Eli. Eli was never a top 5 quarterback. Let's be very frank, guys.
Yep.
Absolutely was not. By the way, there's more and more rumors coming out. Here's Ralph Falciano talking about it. The Giants offered pick number 3 and first round pick next year and other picks to the Titans to move up.
And they denied it.
We said, the Titans were never trading this pick, no matter what.
No. So people can't say Shane didn't try. And I know last year people say, well, they didn't make a serious offer. Well, that's a pretty serious offer to move up to 1 this year. So,
yeah, they weren't going to be able to. And that's the thing. Like,
no.
We saw it on Hard Knocks. They were talking to people, but nobody's going to go ahead and take if you need a quarterback like the Patriots, for example. I know they had that in Hard Knocks. They talked to Elliot Wolf there over at the Patriots.
Yeah,
they need a quarterback. If they were willing to trade away that pick, you have to question what's going on with Drake May.
Right.
It's really
agreed.
So, yeah. Rob, give some thoughts here, because Jay is complaining that he thinks you're on mute.
No, it's because I was on mute. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. And now say your thoughts. Oh, here we go. Tight selection, guys. Here we go.
You guys missed it all?
Here we go. Tight selection.
That was great insight there, Rob. Great insight.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man.
I can read lips pretty well.
Yeah, more.
Here we go. Oh, I put it on repeat. It's gonna play twice now. The draft noise. Cam Ward, guys. Surprise, surprise. Cam Ward.
Shocker.
Who would have
Oh,
guessed?
you guys able to hear that sound? By the way, it was way too low. I thought.
The bells?
I heard it. Yeah,
Okay.
I heard it.
It's very
Well,
nice.
I don't know if it was yours or my TV. So between the two, I'm good. Yeah, I heard that.
It's very nice.
That was
Yeah.
me. I pre-recorded that for you guys.
Yeah, you know what it is? We did it just enough. We can't get sued for copyright infringement. It's a couple notes off, and there's a burp at the end. We're good to go.
Oh, see, smart. Yeah.
See, there we go. We got Cam Ward walking down the hallway.
Yeah, he looks
here.
real happy.
He knew where this was going.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, if I was him, I would not be happy. That's for sure. Like the Titans, really, that's where you want to go. Like, I guess as Giant fans, we don't really have a chance to talk trash anymore and actually have it mean anything. But like, seriously, like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
but I'm saying
Yeah,
if you were
pre-workouts.
hypothetically a top flight quarterback going into the draft, you're like, oh my god, thank God the Titans have the first overall pick.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's drinking in Nashville. That's gonna be fun. He can, hang out with Hawk Tuba girl and all. But I mean, like, what's he really, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he really wanted to be a Giant. Shador wants to be a Giant too. That's the thing. Like people talk about, and nobody wants to play for a Giant. No, these kids both wanted to be a Giant. Like
Yes.
there is no doubt, right? So the mystique of the Giants is still there. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what national media says. They don't know what they're talking about. It's just easy. The New York market talk negatively about the Giants. You get clicks, you get engagement. You're good to go. So.
Oh my! I have breaking news, by the way, here, non-draft related for any Giants fans here that are on Twitter like crazy. Tommy G 105 from formerly with Tommy's Takes there.
Oh
is
yeah.
back on Twitter. I just saw him there.
Wow, that's good. Yeah, he was gone forever.
He says, "Nice to be back after a long comeback from health issues. Figured no better night than tonight. Go Giants."
Oh, okay.
Glad to see him back around.
Yeah, good for him.
Trade, by the way, officially, Jaguars. I told you, Jaguars. We're talking about it. Jaguars, second overall pick. They get the 4th and the 6th. The Browns get the 5th pick, second round pick, 4th pick, and next year's first pick. That's a steal for the Browns.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're going to take Hunter. They're going to take Hunter.
They're
right?
going to. You would think Hunter, but
It
wow,
would make no sense to take Carter. Wow. Yeah, that's a lot. Well,
Remember,
actually, they're showing it now.
and I should have waited till we were actually on the show when you and I were talking. Remember, I said I'm hearing Jaguars, Patriots, and the and the Raiders, but I was hearing Ashton Genty. This would be way too high to go Ashton Genty.
I would think so. Yeah. Unless
that was just the only opportunity, but you're going to give up 2 first-round picks and a whole bunch of other stuff here for.
Is that what they get? Because they just showed something there, and I mean Cleveland is getting picks back too, so they're not.
Yeah, they are. Okay, here we go.
Jacksonville.
Ian Rappaport. Browns get the 5th overall pick, 36th, 126th, and next year's first. The Jaguars get the second overall pick, the 104th pick, and the 200th pick. So
they get 3 picks this year.
So they're going up, so the Browns went up from a 4th round to a 2nd round, from a 6th round to a 4th round, and they get next year's first on top of that.
Oh wow.
That's a damn good trade.
Yeah.
Unless you really wanted a player available. I'll put it that way, because I'm guaranteeing there's going to be fans in Cleveland pissed off that means they're not getting Hunter, they're not getting Carter.
They're going to take a quarterback at 5.
Watch it. Was Shador going to go there?
I would not be surprised.
Is that the move?
That might be the move.
I mean, because it makes sense.
They're not going to Mason Graham at 5.
Listen, you know my thoughts on Mason Graham. We talked about him before the show as well. Mason Graham
with Myles Garrett, right?
I'm telling you point blank, if I'm the Giants and I get a good trade offer and I can go down, kind of like what the Browns did, I take Mason Graham all day long.
But what are the Browns doing?
I thought we talked about the show many times. I thought they'd want Abdul Carter, and I thought Carter would be the guy. I really did. They got 3 minutes left, by the way, on the Jaguars pick. They're all doing their hugs, so they've already put theirs in. Unless
they got some intel that they think that like Carter, no, because he wouldn't be there at 5 because Patriots will take him. So yeah. I don't know why if you're man. I guess
Jay asked how many Miller Lights per game for Roberto. How many Miller Lights have you had, Rob?
Pre-game, not per game. How many minutes have you had, Drew?
I've already established before you came on that I'm having some almond tequila.
Ooh,
Yes. Straight from
fun
Mexico.
note.
Hey, the pick is in, guys. The pick is in.
I'm cracking my
Travis
first.
Hunter. It's Travis Hunter.
Is it official?
Well, I don't know. I didn't see it. I'm just that's
The Giants are already put their on the clock on here. Let's see. We're gonna find out here.
That's my prediction. Is Travis
the
Hunter.
Giants are all over with Russell Wilson at the draft party, by the way. His first time in a Giants uniform. So let's see here. I'm trying to see if anybody's got it on Twitter yet here. So everybody's saying it's going to be Hunter.
It's got to be. They showed him in the draft room. It's got to be. Lil Wayne next to Travis Hunter.
Lil Wayne there?
Yeah, he was in the green room.
This
right
is
next
going
to
back and forth way too much, apparently.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne was on one of them bikes too.
So apparently Jay Glazer's saying that this he says Jaguars made the trade with Browns to move up. Jags just wanted to make sure Ward went one before pulling the trigger. The parameters of this deal were actually worked out between the two teams a while ago.
Wow. What is Cleveland gonna do? What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Cleveland's gonna Cleveland. I mean, the Browns are gonna Brown, right? Like, do you think they're gonna make a good pick at 5? Do we trust that?
I'll tell you right now, whoever they take at 5, and whoever the Jaguars gets, like either way, I was screwed. I had to go to Jacksonville or Cleveland. Like neither one is a good franchise. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Again, I know I'm a Giant fan talking trash about the teams. It's okay. We have a past, at least. We have a past.
Listen, here's the thing that I meant to say this earlier, is that as a Giants fan, no matter how good or bad we are, we're always allowed to talk trash against our division rivals. It does not matter.
Oh.
We could not.
Goodell is coming up.
That's that's the rule.
If anybody sees it before me, feel free. I know some of these things are delayed. It's probably gonna be. He's got is that Armstead? Is that Eric Armstead up there with him? I got it on mute.
I'm delayed, so
it looks like him. The former 49er defensive tackle. He's a Jaguar now, isn't he?
Yeah, it is Eric Armstead.
I thought so. See? I know people without their helmets on.
Well, Jaguars just control the Jag.
Jay's saying it is going to be Hunter, so let's see.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah.
Let's see.
By the way, Eric Armstead looks like a bloated version of Jameis Winston.
Well, he is.
Hey, he really liked Mardi Gras, huh?
Yeah.
He's like the defensive version. See, he what he does is he gets fumbles and he also fumbles. So therefore, he's like
touche.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Here we go. The stupid subtitles just thank you. I don't know why my screen also keeps going dark on me here. This is the problem with having too many monitors at once going.
I got so excited I broke the arm off my chair.
Look at that.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Don't know my own strength.
Jay says cheat code. Wikipedia shows in 4 minutes early.
Leave it to Jay.
He would.
Right?
That would be the guy.
Right there.
They're still talking about Walter Payton. I forgot Armstead won that. So.
Oh, yeah.
That explains why he's up there. Listen, this is not the time for Walter Payton talk, damn it. We want the picks.
Right?
All respect to the man. Great player, great person by all accounts, but
yes, no, it's about the pick right now. I agree.
I hate when they do this kind of stuff. It's like we're already waiting like 30 minutes between picks. Stop this.
All right, so we think Shedeur goes at 5 to Cleveland then?
I don't know. Listen, you never know what Cleveland's going to do. Even Cleveland doesn't know what Cleveland's going to do.
I was about to say, it's like they're like one of those old
Travis Hunter, there he is. There we go. There's our non-copyright infringing sound. There he is dancing around in his hot pink suit. Listen, what is with this extra strap going across?
I was about to ask. What
is with this extra strap?
It's a seatbelt for his jacket.
Yeah. I just Is that seatbelt for his jacket?
Wow.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a new one. Yes. Is that? Are you saying that his suit jacket is also a two-way player? It's a suit jacket / car seat.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
Well done.
It's meta there.
Here we go.
Done.
Listen, all accounts though, he's a great kid. I'm rooting for me to be wrong on him. I really am. Especially he's going to be a Jaguar, so it's not like he's going to be an NFC East guy at the face, But
yeah, He's a great
He
player.
really is, by all accounts. Like, you never hear anybody talk anything negative about him as a person whatsoever. And in this process, you always get that. You always get somebody wanting to talk trash about people.
Yeah, there was a Glazer that put out the report yesterday or today that said that's very same thing. He's like, yeah, Hunter has talked about, but what a great kid he is. I mean, he is. He really is.
Yes, I feel bad for he's going to Jacksonville.
Yeah,
I mean, so it's going to be him.
Dream's going to die.
Well, him and Thomas Jr. on the offense. It's got to be. He's going to play majority wide receiver there, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, what do you think? But we think he's a wide receiver more than a corner. I mean, I think, again, you can put him in nickel packages and stuff like that, but I think he is primarily going to be a wide receiver in the NFL. I think where he's better suited.
So I think he's better as a zone cornerback than as a man cornerback because his football IQ is off the charts. You saw, yeah, and but I think Jacksonville is going to be receiver and then sprinkle him in on defense and zone packages or whatever else. Like if there's one kid that can do it, I'm not going to bet against Travis Hunter for doing things that nobody in the NFL has done before.
Yeah, no,
right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, because his football IQ on both sides of the ball is off the charts. Like that doesn't get talked about enough.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Now, guys, keep in mind now, that means now the Giants are on the clock. So to me,
3 minutes left.
Assuming that Adam Schefter is correct, which again, he's not going to say it publicly unless he knows this to be true because he gets egg in his face. He's saying Shedeur is not going to be selected by the Giants. That makes me think, welcome Abdul Carter. You're coming to the Giants.
Yeah.
Drew, we were talking about this earlier in the day.
Yes.
There's been a lot of rumors that Abdul's coming to the Giants.
I just hope he's nicer to moving truck drivers than tow truck drivers, personally. That's my...
I mean, we celebrating the pick when it comes in if it's Carter. We're gonna
honestly. I'm so mixed in them.
Okay.
What do you think? Are you happy if we get him?
Listen, anybody of the three at 3, I would be happy with. Whether it was Hunter, Shedeur, or Carter, I'm excited about. So yeah,
I think I'm most excited if we trade down. I hate to say it.
I
can't trade down now.
I'm excited. Yeah, because the guy shows a lot of hope. He could definitely change. A lot of things on this defense, but it just makes me think like, what are we going to do for quarterback down the road? Like, are we trading up for Dart? What are we going to do?
Oh God, no, please.
That's what they've been talking on the streets. That's the talks in the street.
I realize the talks. I hate that talk though. I really do. That's
my guess is they trade up.
By the way, I'm using Jay's cheat.
Oh, don't give it away yet. Don't give it away. Okay. Well, I mean, it's your show. You can do what you want. My bad. But
no. Listen, it's right. Let me put it up. Guys, if you want me to use Jay's cheat and spoil it, I will. If you don't want me, it's up to the. It's not even. It's the watchers get to decide this. It's the watchers.
Oh, fucking
Jay.
He's gonna put the.
He already put in the comments section.
Yeah.
That's why Jay has no friends.
This is that's other reasons as well besides that, but
right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's one main reason.
There we go. We'll just say it. It's Abdul Carter. According to Wikipedia, it's Abdul Carter.
Unofficially official.
And guys, listen, I've said it before about him. He is the most talented player in this draft. If you take out the injury issues and the potential personality issues, again, I don't know him personally. I hate to make it seem like somebody's a bad person off of things you read, but I have issues with a guy who's never stepped on a football field and has a foot injury due to stress. And then on top of that, literally, took a tow truck driver out of his own vehicle and beat him up. Again, I should assaulted him allegedly so we don't get sued.
Yeah. Well, the fact that here's what I'll say to that: with that happening and we still drafted him, that means Joe Shane really does have say. And because with Mara, Laramie Tunsil, he didn't draft him. He didn't draft Micah Parsons for the reason that was going on there. So that gives me hope there too.
The Giants are all doing their happy dance here right now, by the way. I got to say, I love when it's draft time and you see Jesse Armstead in the draft room. Just brings back memories of watching him play in the 90s. Such a good player for so many years. Dable was pumped, by the way. He did a whole like that. Did he?
Okay.
I think go.
And there it is. Abdul Carter officially picked.
All right, let's go.
As he's dressed up like Blade.
So 90% of the Giants fan base is going to be happy right now.
I
Maybe
think
95.
I think they're going to be very happy, and I think Vampire's going to be very upset based on his outfit. I feel like that's what's going on.
Here's what I'd
He's
say.
missing his katana.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say, I thought it was a vest at first. This is not a vest. What kind of getup is this here? Is this off the Kayvon Thibodeau closet? Because
I haven't seen it. I'm delayed. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look
Right,
at that.
right.
Is that like a Matrix, like wannabe vest kind of thing?
Yeah.
We just missed
Oh,
the
no, it's a suit coat that's just with two different fabric.
Is that what it is? I feel like we're doing like half
So it's
football
velvet.
analysis,
It's
half
velvet
like
on the
fashion analysis
velvet on
here.
the one side, I think. Maybe.
Yeah, just
Or
on the
a
one sleeve.
one-arm suit. It's one
Guys,
of the.
we're gonna bring in Melissa Rivers here to talk about this here.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what that is?
Louis Vuitton, please step in.
Oh, I know what that is.
What is it?
That's
is
a whole garb. Like that
it a
goes
garb?
down.
Okay,
That's like
it's
Yeah,
a
that's what I'm
garb.
saying.
Yeah, that's like a.
Yeah.
It's a Muslim style outfit.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's an
That's what
interesting
I
outfit.
think.
That's for sure. It's a longer
what I
like.
think.
I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Anyway,
Yeah.
on the player itself, there again, I think he's the most talented player in this draft at a very premium position. The big thing is obviously we don't know the medicals. That's part of it. We have no clue to know as far as the medicals. If the medicals are sound and the Giants didn't like Kayvon Thibodeau and they didn't get a good offer to trade down, then this 100% makes sense. There's too many variables we don't know as part of the problem in this.
Well, a couple thoughts. We got to go against Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts, and Dak Prescott. 2 times a year for each team, so that helps. I still think, and call me crazy, but I do think that this is good, and Tibbs is still going to be there. Like I think honestly, it's a weird thought, but I know people don't agree with it. But I think Tibbs can slide down to the end, and you lose Carter there, or you use him like Micah Parsons, right? You have him inside, you have him all over the place. But I do think Tibbs could slide down to the end, and I think that it could help Tibbs by being at the end because he has to think less. All he has to do is go after the quarterback and stop the run. Whereas outside linebacker, he's got to think, and he's a thinker, and I think he overthinks. So that's my thought.
Is that what you think?
That's what I think. In case you guys want to know, I don't know if you want to know or not. I shared it anyway because I don't care.
It's a beautiful thought.
I don't care. I'm sharing my thoughts. Like it or not, you're getting my thoughts here, guys.
That's what we asked. We asked you on. We want your thoughts, damn it. Plus, Giants Rush didn't want you
Tell
on.
me your thoughts.
Yeah, I know, right? They didn't want me on night one.
Yeah, look at you now. You're a goofball.
I know, right? Listen, I've always been a goofball, so now I'm officially a goofball. Appreciate you guys.
We're 3 giant goofballs here.
Once a growth.
Yeah. So
I've been called that before.
But you're bringing up the Thibodeau thing. I think that's kind of part of the interesting thing in this as well now is there's a lot of rumors. Will Thibodeau get traded? Is Thibodeau going to be a Giant long term now? Or is it just you kind of ride out the rest of this contract? Does this also affect the 5th-year option with Kayvon Thibodeau? I'm asking a lot of questions in a row here, obviously, so I'll shut up and let you guys go ahead and answer.
Go ahead, Rob.
I mean, no, I think you hit it on the head before. Like, you do want to talk about Parsons, he's all over the fields. So you keep Tibbs and you can move him inside. And like you said, he doesn't have to think as much. He can just go right after the quarterback. He doesn't have to, think about the S position. But when you want Carter to do the same thing, Thibodeau's been playing that position already for quite a few years. So he's got the experience, especially if we're playing Washington. He loves getting sacks against Washington on the S position. It's about 60% of his sacks against Washington.
Yeah. It seems like that. I mean, especially the 2023, obviously, that was we wrecked on
6 in one game.
The Commanders and the Jets.
I mean, Tibbs is his biggest issue for me is just he doesn't stay healthy. That's my biggest concern. Like, I think if he plays a full season, you see some different things. He's now in his second defensive coordinator. He was in the system his first 2 years that wasn't built for edge rushers, and he still had 11.5 sacks his sophomore year. I do think year 4 is the year to develop. I mean, you guys remember Dex didn't start getting better until year 4, right? Year 5, he was out of this world. Not saying Tibbs is going to be Dex, but that year 4 is a big year for development for a lot of people, in my opinion.
Yep.
Guys, especially on the outside position, because there's a lot of things you're taking in that's way different from college at that level.
Real quick. The Patriots have selected Will Campbell out of LSU.
Smart move.
Wow.
I feel like Smart move, yes, but I feel like Will Campbell is better as a guard, and I kind of hate taking a guard 4th overall in a draft. I think you got to be like an all-pro kind of guard to be worthy of that kind of pick.
He's a guard.
Guard.
He's a guard.
Guard. That'll be interesting. So now what are
Jay says, "Why are you spoiling, Drew?"
Yeah.
You're the one who told me this hack, Jay. It's all your fault. That was just
boo you, Jay.
Boo you. Boo earns.
We're gonna boo Jay. We're gonna boo Jay.
By the way, I have not finished my tequila, so I guess I didn't hate the pick that much.
Yeah, we decided. Are we happy? Like we just kind of talked about the player. Are we happy? Are we excited? Like what are we?
Listen, I'm happy until he gets injured in week 3.
See,
then I'm going to be upset. He makes it through halfway through the season without injury. He makes it through the first season not injured. It's a great pick. But if comes preseason, comes August, and he's still saying that he's got shin fractures, shin splits, and he can't play 2 weeks in regular season, then I'm going to be upset. So right now I'm happy.
I think it's safe to say that Brian Dable, based on his big clapping, is excited though, because as we've all learned in life, if you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, you clap your hands.
Yeah. Or you can stomp your feet.
You could. That's a whole separate.
You can stomp your feet. Stomp your feet. Listen, he was happy with the Malik Neighbors pick last year too.
Listen, that's a great pick. Obviously, it worked out. I mean, though I still wonder long term if Penix was the better move. I still will say that. But because again, it's the position of need. That's the problem. It's the quarterback. But this is going to be one of those picks. I feel like too. Like Giant fans, we're going to look at this and go and watch what Shedeur Sanders does. And if Shedeur Sanders plays very well, it doesn't matter how good Abdul Carter is. I'm telling you right now, Giant fans are going to be watching Shedeur, and the ones that like Shedeur especially are going to throw it in the Giants' face every single time he does anything even remotely okay. Not even special. Okay.
Well, it also depends on what team he goes to. Like, yes, the Browns pick him up. We don't have to worry about that. But if he starts to drop, like a lot of people talk about, and he drops down and he goes to, like, so to say, the Steelers, you better believe he's going to have a good first few years.
By the way, Wikipedia just took the Will Campbell pick out.
Oh, it's a trade. Hey, by the way, breaking news tweet from Kayvon Tibbs. We going crazy. So he's excited about the Carter pick. Gotta love it.
What? And I don't. This is a good part of this as well. Does Abdul Carter? Does that stop you from signing an extension with Kayvon Thibodeau? And I don't think it necessarily does, because you got year 4, year 5. Still, you sign him to, like, let's say a 5-year deal after that. Well, by the time you're into that 5-year deal, you could have Brian Burns out of the picture for all we know.
I mean, listen, Dallas had Parsons, and they still had their 2 edge rushers. So again, like, people forget, like, Carter's only been 1 year at edge. He's got that inside track. He's got that inside track. He was really good as an inside linebacker, like really good. People underestimate that. So I think you can use him on the inside on early downs. You can use him as a edge rusher. Later you can put him wherever you want to put him. Like, he's just a guy you put him everywhere. And I think Giants fans are going to be excited because we missed out on Micah Parsons a couple years ago.
Oh, yes.
We now got our Micah Parsons, right? So that's how Giants fans look at it. We got our Micah Parsons, which I think he might be better than Micah Parsons.
Yeah, well, that's the hope now.
we're gonna really have to, like, But again, I think we got the best player in this draft. Again, assuming health issues and personality issues, talent wise. And I've said all along, to me, the best player in this draft was Mason Graham, just because he doesn't have the injury or personality issues potentially. But if you're going purely off talent, the Giants had the most talented player in the NFL draft and got him.
Yeah. Agreed. I think and that defense is going to help, and they'll have an identity and all that good stuff. And we need defense. We need pass rushers, in that division, right? Like, there's no doubt about it. So it's a trench. It's a trench pick. It really is. So I like it.
Yeah, and then on top, you throw in the fact that we really upped the secondary, and we're good to go. They got a nice secondary now. And guess what, guys?
Pick is in.
Number 5, Cleveland Browns, Mason Graham out of Michigan. So Will Campbell was the pick to the Patriots, Mason Graham to the Browns. So the Browns did what I
knew it.
suggested, which
Yeah.
makes me think it's a bad idea now.
Yeah.
Anytime
See-
the Browns do it, it's probably not the right move.
And I said, way back when, I said the Browns are not going to take a quarterback in the first round. I initially said Tennessee and Cleveland wouldn't, and then as I went along, I was like, no, Cleveland's not going to take a quarterback in the first round. So, do the Giants trade up and get Shedeur Sanders?
Well, here's the big question: is where do you think Shedeur Sanders would go? The Saints at number 9 is a potential.
Yep.
The obviously the Steelers, what 21 they're at.
21.
They're a potential. The Raiders are on the clock right now, and I'll still tell you guys point blank, the Raiders, don't rule that out. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's not the likely pick. Wouldn't shock me at all if Ashton Genty comes off the board right now. But what I'm saying is that, you figure they got a quarterback, 36 years old now? Isn't that how old Geno is? Like 35, 36?
34.
Yeah,
Is he 34?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
34.
He's
And Pete's not going to take a rookie. Pete already said at his press conference,
Listen.
I'm winning now. I haven't got time to wait for a rookie, is what he said.
Till you know what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just never do know.
True.
He's 34, turns 35 in the beginning of the season.
Well,
Yeah.
that's an old 34.
Well, he got smacked around by some teammates a couple times. So
Yeah.
But he's also a young 34 because he doesn't have a lot of miles because he wasn't playing a lot for a few years too.
well, considering where he played for those years, that kind of equals to multiple years.
Yeah.
In all fairness, I mean,
True.
the
true.
Jets and the
How many years?
Giants,
I was going to say, how many years did he play for the Jets?
like what, 3 or 4?
Double
Yeah,
that.
was it? Yeah. Okay. All right.
The stress
Fair
of being that bad in New York.
I mean, Sam Darnold, he looks like he's 50 years old.
Yeah. So, do the Giants trade with Carolina? Does Joe Shane go back to his buddy, trade up to 8 to
Yeah.
take Shedeur at 8 if he's there?
You have to give up so much.
Yeah, you're
But is it worth it? You get Carter and Shedeur, and you got your quarterback of the future in your mind. Like, does it matter?
It doesn't, because like I said before, but if that's the case, you should take him at 3 and not risk losing him. If you think he's the quarterback, you don't take a risk of losing a quarterback of the future if you think he's the quarterback of the future.
So this is where I'm going to disagree with you a little bit because Carter's supposed to be like
It's a boring show if you agree with me all the time.
Yeah.
I was like, which one's he disagreeing with?
What I'm saying, like, listen, you take a gamble on Shedeur because like there's been a lot of talk that he drops and Steelers pick him up. Like that's probably about 80% of what I read today that Steelers are going to get Shedeur. So
yeah,
there's a lot of experts out there saying he's going to drop to 21. So if you think he's your guy and you have the opportunity to get Carter, like you go get Carter, who's going to be the guy that's going to be generational, like at that position, who's going to be way better than any quarterback in this draft.
Yeah.
And then you go get your quarterback.
Yeah.
Then like if you got a guy like Dable who likes Dart as well, you also have that in your back pocket. Go get Carter first.
I gotta say, it's kind of crazy when they're watching the draft room for the Browns because they're still so behind on TV compared to what Wikipedia is apparently. That is got to be the cheapest draft room ever the Browns have. Like seriously, I feel like they got items off of like Wayfair to go ahead and do that. I'm gonna give them Wayfair. I'll give them Wayfair, but it's like that's the trashy looking draft room, guys. Step it up a little, Cleveland. This is why people make jokes out of you.
I'm curious. So, Jeremiah came out with his mock draft that had the Giants going up to 18, trading with Seattle to take Dart at 18. So I wonder how much intel the Giants got about that. Like, I can't see them taking Dart. They haven't done anything with him. There's no 30 visit. There's nothing. Like, maybe, Rob, to your point, man, like if you got intel that he's dropping and you've done all this extensive research on him and you like Shedeur, and you can get Carter and Shedeur, I don't care. Like that's an A+ draft in my opinion. Like I don't care what you give up.
If you have to trade away half your picks this year and you're number 1 and number 3 next year, like, and you think that's your guy and you get him at 15 or whatever, that's what you do.
I don't hate the move if it works out. My whole point of what I'm saying is if he's the guy, you don't take that risk.
Well, you're right. If it works out, but that's what you say with every pick. Like, listen, we got DJ. It was supposed to work out. He was supposed to be Eli's replacement, and obviously it didn't work out.
I get what
everyone would love that pick.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. But Shane is pretty good with intel. He's finding out where teams are thinking and stuff. So I will give him credit for that. So
Mason Graham is now going up to the podium, and I have to say that he looks like if he went to a bar, I would card him.
He looks like he should be at his high school prom.
But seriously, every year I feel like
I know.
kids get younger and younger, and I realize it's not them; it's me being an old bastard now.
Yeah.
So let's see.
So,
He says
Cleveland does not. This
men's
is gonna
warehouse
get.
suit and chin beard, especially. He says, yeah. So yeah, like I said, it's a good move I think for Cleveland to get Mason Graham where they're at. I like it for them because next year they're a player get a quarterback now, guys. Point blank, the Browns. Because let's be honest, they'll probably suck again. And now they have an extra first round pick from the Jaguars who always suck.
This is true.
They still got one of the most talented players in the draft, and they got 2 quality first round picks next year now to get a quarterback.
All right, so I'm gonna need you to. I didn't want the cheat codes on the other ones, but I'm gonna need the cheat code with the Raiders.
Well, I'm refreshing every so often, so
because I'm really if Shador doesn't go to the Raiders, the rumor out there is the Saints are like Dart.
Rumor has it.
That's been the talk out there. It's a rumor. I heard a rumor.
We're going to Dell here. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're
I'm
doing.
going old school. I'm old.
By the way, guys, guess what?
It is in.
Ashton Genty, running back, Boise State to the Raiders.
That makes sense for the.
That was the logical pick where I thought he would go.
That makes sense.
And we talked about them too, about Jenny going to the Raiders as well. So
yeah. And I like Genty as a running back overall. I definitely had some concerns, same as we had with Colorado. I mean, they played the same conference. It wasn't a tough schedule, really.
Yep.
My biggest issue with him is the carries. Like
he's got a lot of carries.
This is like buying a brand new tire with like a third of the tread already gone. That's what I feel like. Like he's gonna be like what's his name that went to the Rams from Georgia?
Gurley? Todd Gurley?
Yeah, watch him be like a Todd Gurley kind of career, like really explosive for like 5 years and just fall off the face of the earth.
Well, he didn't get he had some kind of offset something disease.
Yeah. Well, he had knee issues, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He had a little bit of knee issue, but it came from he had like a premature arthritis or some shit.
Oh, Sean has entered the chat talking trash to Jay now.
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't know if you guys know my history, but I actually did play college football. I was a running back. Jay has seen
shoes now?
I sell shoes now. I scored 4 touchdowns in the game one time. Absolutely. I'm not married, so I'm not that. I didn't go full Al Bundy there. But Jay was talking trash. He did see my recruiting video, but he was talking trash on there. So I had to jump in. I'm the guest here. He's supposed to be nice when I'm the guest. On my show, I'm Rush. He can say whatever he wants, but here I'm the guest. You got to be nice.
No, we would know these rules, so we don't ever go on Rush. For some reason, we never get an invite. No, you were left at the call. What we did, we said, Joker, come on up.
You did. I do. Listen, I give Craig a hard time about that. I'll give him a hard time. I told him.
Yeah. Go for it.
We said welcome.
Go for it. We'll have a competition. We'll see who gets more views. You can throw it.
Well, the Florida. No, jeez. You brought in the big gun. Smart, Drew. Smart. See,
I mean, you see what I did is I beat the competition by getting their best talent.
That'll really get you everywhere, my man.
Oh yes. Oh my God. Okay, I'm not even kidding. This. I want this snippet right now. Wikipedia literally says, and okay, no politics, guys. I'm saying that right now. This is a joke, obviously. Somebody put in that the Jets just picked Donald Trump quarterback at a Penn on Wikipedia. It's on there.
It's official. The draft picks in.
Right? That's hilarious.
It's like, we won't talk politics, but that's hilarious that Wikipedia got that.
Oh, that's great.
I'm waiting for someone to go into like ChatGPT or whatever and get like an AI picture of Trump throwing a football and
I didn't have a snippet, so I'm just using my phone. You can see it there. Oh, you know what? What am I doing?
Come on, what do you? Yeah.
Oh, this is what happens. I'm not used to sharing my screen very often. I don't do that very often. Who knows what kind of pornography is on there?
By the way, this whole setup.
There we go. Look at it. There it is. Donald Trump, quarterback at a Penn to the Jets.
Quarterback at a Penn.
Oh my gosh. There goes my alarm for the show that we're already doing.
Yeah. Drew, wake up.
Yeah. Wake me up. before you go.
No, you can't say Wham. If I'm giving an older version of a song before, now you're gonna go Wham? Come on, man.
What? Wake me up inside.
There we go. All right. See, I can talk music too. Random movie quotes, random music
Listen,
lyrics.
we are all about it. By the way,
Yeah.
Wikipedia has fixed their Donald Trump.
I was about to say Trump's off it. I just went on.
I got the screenshot beforehand. We're good.
Nice. Way to go.
That's
Way to go.
hilarious. Like I said, again, no politics, guys. I won't delete any comment about politics, but it's hilarious people do that.
I'm watching Ashton Genty on the screen, and I can't say what he reminds me of right now, but he's just another young looking one. But
He's got a very Poindexter look to him. I'll say that.
Yeah, he kind of looks like. Yeah. I'll tell you. I'll tell you off air.
Okay. Womp. By the way, the
Wayne.
Raiders are going nuts right now. Or is this like it's a bunch of kids? Is this who's running the Raiders? Is that what's going on?
Right.
There's Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's like, I was coaching the Seahawks when this kid was born.
That's his Marshawn Lynch right there. That's who that is.
Oh, 100%. It makes sense all the time. Like this, I 100% thought this would be the logical pick for them.
Yeah,
I think did we mock him to them?
We did.
I think we did. So we were right on that one. We were right on the first two picks. We were right on. Did we say Will Campbell? I think I'm trying to remember who we said to the Patriots. I can't remember the Patriots pick. But we were right on. Oh no, we probably gave him Carter because we had Shador going there back then.
Oh, Art Stapleton just said Giants have told Thibodeau they are picking up his 5th-year option,
and that's a smart move to do it now.
Yes.
That's a way of saying point blank, you're still part of this team. We care about you. Yep. Seriously, that is a brilliant move on their part for a team that's made a lot of issues with players, how they treated them. That is a brilliant move.
Yep.
That's 100%. You took the word right out of
now,
mouth. Like,
the question is, do they also tell Evan Neal that he's making burgers for the team tomorrow?
100%. Hey, Evan, we're having a barbecue. Guess who's cooking?
By the way, according to Wikipedia, the Jets have just selected Randy Rodriguez, center, out of the college 2010. I feel like Wikipedia is more fun on draft night than I ever realized. Somebody's put the Carolina Panthers took Jimbo James, nose tackle.
Jimbo James.
I feel like this has got to be like the way the roughest night for the editors of Wikipedia ever. Like we need one person on call tonight for the draft.
All right, here, that's crazy. All right, just gonna do. The Saints are going to be the wild card, man. All right, what do we think? Do you think
Membo?
Think they going quarterback? The Saints?
Membo. It's got to be Membo.
To the Jets? Membo to the Jets?
Got to be. That line is so trash.
Yeah, true. They are.
Yeah,
they are.
And I like him. He's going to be a right tackle. He's not going to be, a left tackle, blindside protector, but he's going to be a good right side protector, I think. Now Wikipedia is saying they drafted Shador Sanders. I'm swearing this is insane. I never realized how crazy it is on Wikipedia on draft.
Well, the Jets drafted Shador?
According to Wikipedia right now.
Oh man, there's no way. There's no way you signed Justin Fields to draft Shador. There's no way.
Yeah, I know that. This is
I know.
You're also not drafting Donald Trump, but
Well, no, I know. I didn't mean Wikipedia was right. I'm just thinking like people will think that actually that would happen.
I think they take Chad Powers at Penn State personally, but
that's the move to do.
Speak fast.
Now the question is, did anybody go to his birthday party?
Probably not.
Probably
nobody likes him.
Oh my god!
Honestly, sir, I don't really remember what happened on my birthday.
Yeah. Let's see.
By the way, I did watch that last night. That's a staple. You got to watch it every time.
I did not watch it. I got to say, I was busy with trying to get the last minute videos done for the rest of our draft stuff, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have the dilemma. I'm not the.
When I do my editing of the videos afterwards to do our clips and our segments and all, usually I'll just pick some random movie that is on YouTube.
Okay.
And because YouTube has a whole collection of like free movies on there, and I was watching last night. I don't think I ever watched the full thing, and I still have to finish this one, The Shadow with Alec Baldwin.
Oh yeah, it's
such a horrible movie that it's good.
Yeah, agreed.
By the way, it looks like we're in height order right now, the way we're set up here.
That's true.
Let's see here.
Am I the middle child? No one likes me. What?
By the way, guess what, guys? It is
What?
time.
The Jets are in. Did they take Membo?
The Jets are in. I can tell Wikipedia turns blue when they verified it. Armand Membu, tackle, Missouri.
Okay.
So far, Rob, you and I have been right on 3 of the first 7.
That's not bad.
Actually, no, 4 if you want to count Travis Hunter. We were wrong with the team, right in the player. I don't know if that counts. Does that count in mock draft?
Yeah, that counts if you get the pick right. Yeah.
4 out of 7.
Yeah, we should call that the.
We are 4 out of 7 then.
Yeah, that counts. I'll give you
I
that.
wish I had my notes here so I know who we picked for each of these things. I could probably go to the show notes, like the actual episode we did. It probably.
I mean, it's not like you knew you were doing a draft show tonight to have this information.
Yeah, right.
Listen, I didn't think I had to work 11-hour shift before I did this. I had to come home, eat some steak really quickly, and get some some tequila. And come on.
Yeah, all right. Priorities. I get it. Steak and tequila over the notes. That you got it.
It was actually being able to do the show and not be starving. Like, what is that? Is that background noise? Oh, that's my stomach. It's okay. Guys, don't worry.
That would take the place of the bird.
I hadn't eaten since noon. It's okay. Okay. Goodell is coming up, by the way, but it's the Jets selection. We already know what that is. Armand Membu. Again, I like him. I thought he was the best tackle in this draft. Because, again, I don't think Will Campbell is a tackle. I think he's a guard. He's a better player, but he's a guard, not a tackle.
I mean, the linemen in this draft, like it's a weak lineman class. Like,
unless you want a guard. Because I feel like a lot of the best tackles even are guards.
Yeah,
I agreed. Absolutely
when
agreed.
we talked about the lines, that's where we're like, a lot of these tackles are going to become guards.
Yes.
Like, this is the tackle class we went over, but probably we said, 70% of them were going to go to guard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. By the way, New Orleans, and this turned blue, so somebody at Wikipedia has confirmed this, but obviously this is not correct. New Orleans somehow leapfrogged the Carolina Panthers and drafted Ben Dover, the linebacker from Harvard. I should just keep this share.
I hear it's a hard school.
Yeah.
I should just keep the share screen on. There it is.
What was it? Oh, linebacker. You know what that? Well, listen, because at linebacker you got to be real heavy in the ass. So you know.
Oh my gosh! Here we go. Ben Dover. That's crazy.
Yes.
What is this hoopla? What kind of arrangement is this? Who did this?
This is what I'm used to. This is what I'm used to.
You know what it is? I want to fill the screen. The screen. You
So
know what it is?
those
In all seriousness, I do
close-ups.
it this way. And guys, we're talking about this live on the air since we talk about all kinds of crazy stuff during this draft.
Yeah.
The whole reason that I like doing this is because on like the whole thing on the height thing on the picture is because if you're watching at a cell phone, I feel like some of the StreamYard kind of stuff, because let's be honest, all pretty much content creators use StreamYard. It's a little small on a cell phone. Makes it a little harder to watch. And that's my whole thought process. You get a bigger image on the screen.
Okay. I mean, as long as there's logic behind it, okay.
There's
The pick is in for
there's
the
a little
Panthers.
It's very rare there's any logic.
Is it been over?
No, he went to the Saints.
He went to the Saints. Carolina apparently did not.
Over and had some Hail Marys.
Right?
Oh my gosh. Gonna have some back issues, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's
The
insanity.
Panthers had an enema and decided not to trade the pick to the Saints.
Yeah. Shut that right back out.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Jay says 11-hour shift. You're either a firefighter or your job sucks. No, the thing is, my job pays me very well, but also requires a lot of me because I am manager. Therefore, sometimes it's 9-10-hour shift. Sometimes it's 11-hour shift. Just depends the day.
Yeah,
that's life. You just
That's
have to. I always
life.
tell people
That's
if you're going
life.
to ever take a salary job, make it a salary job that will pay you enough that you think it's worth doing 50 hours. Because they'll tell you 40, 45. They mean
but
50.
it's not. Yeah,
They mean
agreed.
50.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Sometimes it means 55, 60.
Yes.
Okay. So apparently, the Saints have now selected quarterback Mike Wiskowski from Monsters University.
Mike Wazowski.
Get a place.
Ah.
That's the best. Thank you for putting it up so I could actually do the voice of her.
Oh yeah,
That's the best. Wiskowski.
Weskowski.
Yeah. Hello, boys.
Oh,
Hey, Drew, put that back up real fast.
they want-
Uh,
I just love that they got Wiskowski out here.
Yeah.
And apparently somehow the Niners got a long snapper all the way down to 11.
just a long snapper. No
Oh
name.
my-
No name. Long
no
snapper.
address. Just some random long
LS.
snapper. Maybe he
Right,
was
LS.
bent over and that was his special teams
Right.
position.
Yeah. Bend over. Long snapper.
He's a two-way athlete, boys.
Yeah, the Travis Hunter of long
Step,
snappers.
I was gonna say, step aside, Travis Hunter.
Yes. We all know about the snappers and bent over.
Oh man.
Oh my god. This is where YouTube gets us for the adult content.
Yeah.
This is where. Oh my gosh. There we go.
See, a little more Joker gets to come out tonight, being on
Yeah.
the Goofballs
Listen,
podcast. I get to
us?
be true Joker.
as long as we don't get demonetized, you can say whatever you want.
All right.
That's our rules.
Uh,
That's our rule. Oh my god. Jason's
Oh.
dude, you guys sound like Beavis and Butthead tonight. Oh, cool.
Cornelius.
And Ray Cornelio. You need TP for my bunghole. My people, they have no bungholes. That was classic 90s. Classic 90s.
Yes. Oh,
Mike Judges is a genius, by the way, too. Between that, King of the Hill,
oh my God, yeah.
Office Space,
Yeah, Office Space.
Idiocracy.
Yep.
Extract. Did you see that movie? That was pretty good too.
I don't think I saw that.
Jason Bateman, Mila Kunis, or Mila Kunis, and who's the other guy? The Hispanic guy. It's
A lot of Hispanic people.
Yeah, well,
Very popular nationally.
he was also in the sequel to Boondock Saints.
Oh, the Mexican.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know his actual name. I just know his name.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, but he's been in a number of things. Yeah, he was in it too.
Apparently, according to Rob, his first name is The.
Yeah. No, that's according to the Boondock Saints too.
Yes,
That's his nickname.
There you go. Look, you made a friend in Jay now. He likes everything Jason
Jay
Bateman
and I
does.
are friendly. He just changes his mind all the time. He can't,
Listen, Jay is like me in the fact that don't worry when Jay's talking trash about you. Worry when he stops.
Yeah, true.
That's I tell people that all the time. Like it's the Jersey in me. Don't worry when I'm making fun of you. Worry when I stop.
Yeah.
If I stop talking to you or respond to you altogether, you know.
That's what my father used to say. He was the coach, and it was my coach, another coach. He's like, "Look, if I stop yelling at you, that's when you need to worry."
Exactly. That means I've given up on you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So
Pretty much.
Yeah.
let's see here.
Yeah, Jay, I can go very deep into the B movies and other movies. I am a
Listen, go for
cinephile.
it. We love movies. I'm actually going to a film festival on Saturday. That's part
Really?
of that's why we're actually doing our recap on Sunday. Because I'm going to the the Sunset Film Festival in downtown St. Petersburg. Obviously, I'll be watching the draft on my phone still during the game. Be that rude guy. I mean,
There's the film festival down in St. Pete because
There's
I
all
mean we
kinds
know
of
I'm not far from there, but I did
Oh
not
yeah,
know
I forget you live here. So
Yeah.
actually, I went to the Gasparilla Film Festival and I met Michael Shannon there. Actually,
really.
yes, really.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, and he was a strange guy, but John Travolta was there the next time. He was in the next night. I didn't get to go to that.
Pat McMillan is the pick to the Panthers.
Okay, you know what?
Okay.
Okay, I haven't seen that on Wikipedia yet, so I can't.
Well,
confirm.
it's literally on live.
I mean, I'm watching it
On my
live.
delayed live TV.
Yeah. Like I'm not looking at Wikipedia. I'm looking at delayed.
By the
live
way,
here.
We were
Rob,
talking about movies.
Rob, who did you and I draft the mock draft to the Carolina Panthers?
McMillan.
Ted McMillan.
Yeah.
Look at you guys. It's
Woo!
a smart pick to get Bryce Young help.
That's exactly what we said. We said Bryce Young looked better the second half. He needs a top talent. Go get the
Yeah.
best wide receiver in the draft.
Yeah.
So, Rob, I think we're now what? How many? Oh my God. I think we're like,
5 of 8. Are you 5 of 8?
woo.
Yeah.
That's impressive, guys. Impressive.
That
See, I don't
is-
mess with that mock draft stuff. So I don't have the time or
if
the
there's anything
desire.
that we're often called, it's impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's what she said.
now the New Orleans Saints, if I remember correctly, we gave him Will Johnson, who been dropping
The pick
down
is in, by
board.
the way. The pick is in.
They've been dropping down.
Guys,
the
if
board.
this is not Shador, are the
No.
Giants going to trade up and take a quarterback in the first round?
You know what? It's getting to the point where the longer it takes, the more I kind of am okay with it.
Yeah.
'Cause you give
I was
up
gonna
less.
say, like, listen, everything that I was listening to earlier, not everything, but like 80% says he drops to the Steelers. Steelers will gladly take him. So that means he just move up.
Well, look
to
at what you got.
20 at that point.
Look at what you got. You got the Saints, who, if they don't take him, after them, you got Bears. They're not going to take him.
No.
The Niners, not going to take him.
No.
The Cowboys, not going to take him. I don't think so.
I would not put it past Jerry to take him.
You know what? It would
he
take
loved Dion. He loved Dion.
They'll take Omar. Get the kid from North Carolina. They need that running back.
No, true. They could.
They wanted Genti real bad, but they couldn't get him. So you got the Dolphins, who, honestly, let's be honest, wouldn't be the worst move in the world for them considering their quarterback situation, but they probably won't do that.
No.
They probably go get whatever offensive lineman they can to try to keep him upright and not shaking.
Yeah, and that's how we mocked after that as well.
Yeah, exactly. The Colts. You know what? Watch the Colts get Tyler Warren. We said that was going to happen. Warren would drop.
So another announcement. See, I got people text or really DMing me on Twitter with tweets. So Shane has 5 or 6 players that they could trade up from 34 for. That's the next report that's out.
And is Shedeur one of them?
It didn't list the name that I saw. I just saw that one. Let me see if it lists any names. I would not be surprised if they did it.
Okay, here we go. Here he is. There's me and Michael Shannon. I had to find the picture on Facebook. I like the comment that one guy put. He said, "You take him to your leader." I said, "But of course, my wife met him as well."
Your leader,
General Zod.
Welcome to my space modulator.
I gotta find out if someone's gonna be there. You know, what was there last year? Was the sweep the leg guy from Karate Kid?
Johnny.
The Cobra Kai.
Not Johnny. The guy who was the Cobra Kai sensei.
Crease.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's over in downtown St. Pete at the AMC theater there.
He was a real Vietnam vet, wasn't he?
I believe he was, actually. I don't know why I know this, but I do believe you're correct. All right, let's see here. Tet is officially on Wikipedia, so that's good news. They've caught up.
Pick is in for the Saints.
Let's
is that on Wikipedia?
No, it's not yet. I'm really hoping it's Bill Johnson, just so me and Rob continue being right on most picks. But he's falling down the draft boards. He really is. Watch it be what's his name, Barron out of Texas.
The Red Baron.
No, they have so many needs. Keep in mind they lost both their corners. We took one, and they traded one to the Commanders. They're
showing Shedeur. I didn't hear what Rappaport just said, but Shedeur is smiling, so I don't know if he's the pick or.
I don't think he is. Let's see. It's funny because the subtitles on my YouTube feed, on my NFL Plus feed, are saying Cheddar Sanders because I can't pick up the word Shedeur. His name is now Cheddar for the rest of the rest of the time he plays football. I will call him Cheddar now.
Cheddar, get your cheddar here.
Make it with Velveeta; it tastes better. By the way, Velveeta, if you're interested in a sponsorship, we are available at Giants Goofballs at mail.com. Let's see here. They're talking about it because I think they're just wondering. It sounds like unfortunately the NFL Plus coverage has not been the best with their closed captioning.
Yeah,
but that's what I think is going on. They're just talking about it. Let's see here.
Well, they're excited. The Saints are excited. They show the draft room.
They're always excited,
right? Listen, they haven't taken a quarterback in the first round or second round since Archie Manning.
Selection.
Yeah.
Here it comes. Does it Wikipedia have it, Drew?
They do not. Wikipedia.
It is Calvin Banks Jr., Texas, offensive tackle.
Excuse me, Rob. Excuse me.
I'm even more delayed than you, Rob.
Okay, now you can go for it, Rob.
Sorry, Calvin Banks Jr., offensive tackle, Texas.
Nice.
Here we go. That's more like it, damn it.
Look at him. Look at that goatee.
I actually like Banks Jr. I actually like him more than Membo.
I do as well, but again, I think he's a guard.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got the tackle size you want.
Man, I'm
he's got
bringing it up, but
just to pawn it, but still, goddamn, that's some bling right there.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to say this right now. If the Giants end up with Abdul Carter and Shedeur friggin' Sanders, holy hell.
It's gonna be
I'm
crazy.
gonna be a happy dude. A happy dude.
Yeah.
A very happy dude.
Jay says, I like Shredder, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What does that have to do? Like, are you giving random
Because
things?
we talked about Cheddar.
You're
All
talking
so
about
you like
Cheddar. He went
Shredder
to-
Oh,
or
Shredder.
Super Shredder
Okay, I
Yeah.
thought
from the
random,
second one.
random
with
like
Vanilla
80s,
Ice.
90s cartoons. I was a fan of Tailspin.
Wow.
Like we're going there. Darkwing Duck.
Let's get dangerous.
Yeah.
By the way, if you didn't notice the picture of me and Michael Shannon, I was in a Darkwing Duck shirt. By the way,
Oh, that's good stuff. Darkwing Duck.
I think the phrase, I don't know if I remember correctly, is the I'm the terror that flaps in the night.
Yes.
Yes.
No, I'm saying on the shirt.
Let's
On the
get
shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, listen, I gotta feel bad for like people doing video edits on the NFL during the draft. Like, how do you make it exciting to show a lineman?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You got to find his.
Looking to push off, looking to push off, looking to push
Right.
off, looking to keep
look
it
at this
away.
pancake.
Right? Is there any pancakes? Like what the heck?
Look at this running game where this running back made an amazing move. No, ignore the running back. Look at the fat guy next to him.
Yeah. Look at him create this open at the Golden Corral.
Shador Sanders, by the way, there he is sitting there. Is it? Oh, he's got a big TV. I'm like, is that an New Orleans Saints thing behind him? Like, what's going on? He's got a big money symbol and all that stuff going down. He's laughing it up. I feel like, is this setting up for a Will Levis situation here, like a Geno Smith situation here? Is that what we're got going on here, or is it more of an Aaron Rodgers slip?
I don't. Yeah, he's going to go in the first. There's somebody's going to take him in the first round. He's not going to slide to the second round. I just think the team. There's not as many quarterback needy teams as people thought. The Saints, I know, with the Carr injury, but they're not going to take somebody because they still love Derek Carr. Like, he's injured, but they're not going to take him, right? Like,
well, they also have what's his face, who didn't do so well last year, but he was also
Spencer Rattler.
Oh yeah, Rattler. Yeah, I mean Rattler was
Yeah,
never being drafted to be a starter. He was drafted to be a backup and maybe develop him into something. But
Yeah.
you know,
Cleveland's going to take somebody in the second round, or they're going to trade up to take a quarterback. They weren't going to take one at 2 or 5.
Yeah, and you know, you got to wonder too, like you say about not all teams need a quarterback, but you got some okay quarterback situations, and maybe you get a little more antsy to take a quarterback when your quarterback room sucks.
Yes.
You know, if there's a good quarterback there, but when there's not a good quarterback, you're not going, oh my god, I need to take this mediocre quarterback.
Well, I mean, they traded for Kenny Pickett, which I don't know what they think of him, but they traded for him, right? That means something.
Yeah,
The team loves Joe Flacco. I don't care what fans
they
think.
do. They
right?
love Flacco.
Miles Garrett loves Joe Flacco. Like,
Yeah.
that's why he was talking about he liked what their plan was a quarterback, because I think that was the goal. And maybe they draft somebody later on. But
See, and I thought they were going to take Abdul Carter to appease him too.
Bears picked
That's
this
what
in,
I
by
was
the way.
thinking. That's what I was thinking. All right,
That's
well,
what
it
I
got-
thought was going to
it got
happen.
real hot. Hold on. Oh.
Hot in her.
Hot. Too
So
hot. Hot.
Well,
Hot, 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 hot. Hot, 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 hot.
I want to touch the hiney.
Oh,
Ow.
Madison, come on, you caught that right?
housekeeping.
That's well, that's yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Listen, Jay, you hope you can look as good as I do at when you get to be my age. I'll just say that, my man.
Oh, wow. Shots fired.
Absolutely. I will shoot. Never mind.
Hey, oh, whoa.
It would come across the wrong way if I said what I was going to say, so I backtracked.
Okay, the Bears are all excited, which means they've got their selection in, and
Well,
that
I
person
just said
is
that. I
doomed
said
to
that
be a
before.
bust.
The pick's in.
It's got to be a defensive guy. Who's it going to be? Walter Nolan?
I think we had actually we said Kelvin Banks to them, if I remember correctly. So we're wrong in this pick.
Will
We
they,
also
do they
had
need a
Mason
corner?
Graham to the Niners, so we're going to be
Will
wrong on that
Johnson
one.
be the pick here?
Honestly, I think right now the way things are going, Will Johnson's going to
The
drop.
selection
I think
is.
that injury.
If Will Johnson could actually be a second-round pick for us, I'd be ecstatic if we got him.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wikipedia is still not telling me, by the way, but Roger Goodell is about to.
Yep.
I was supposed to say he is. Same with Stephen McMichael.
Let's see. Michael Williams, Edge, Georgia,
He's
SEC.
edging?
Oh.
Oh, no, hold on. No. Somebody put that for the 49ers. Colston Loveland. tight end out of Michigan is what Wikipedia is saying.
That makes sense.
Does it? Over Tyler Warren?
There was a mock draft earlier.
Oh,
That.
yeah. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. You're right.
Wow. If that's the
Roger
actual
Goodell,
pick,
spit
guys,
it out.
that's crazy. But yeah, they got Michael Williams out of Georgia going to the 49ers here on Wikipedia.
Is he an edge outside linebacker? What is he again?
He's the edge out of Georgia. So he
was
was
light. He's a little light, if I remember correctly.
Let me pull up here. I got all our stuff here. So let's see. Strong, great size, takes snap also with the inside of the time. Athletic, underdeveloped as a pass rusher. Needs to learn to use his hands better. Needs to refine his pass rushing moves better. 6'5", 265. He's also 20 years old.
Picks in. Hit Q.
I already hit the button before.
It is Colton Loveland.
We already said that. We already said that. They took the second best tight end.
That's what. And people, listen.
You said it wasn't official.
There's so many Giants fans that love what Ryan Poles does, and I don't get it. I don't get it.
Like, literally, you took the second best player's position when the best player was still available. I'm sorry. That's a mistake. Absolute mistake.
Yeah, like, I don't.
And you know what the crazy thing is? We put Tyler Warren to 14 to the Colts. Watch him drop at the Colts. Because the Colts need a tight end. Because let's be honest, they have really, really inaccurate quarterbacks.
I would say, don't they need a quarterback too?
Well, that's a whole separate problem. They have two already. But they have Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. Let's be honest. Both guys that are inaccurate.
We're going to go through a whole show without mentioning that name.
Which one? Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
We can't not say Daniel Jones.
Here's Andrew. He's going to.
There's a lot of Colts fans now.
I haven't said Saquon Barkley yet.
He's dead to me. He's absolutely dead to me.
It's good that you broke up. How many times did you say DJ back to back?
Yeah,
you say 3 times in a row. He's like Bloody Mary.
Okay, all right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Barkley is. I love Barkley, but he's dead to me. You go to Philly, you're dead to me. You go to Dallas, you're dead to me.
I don't blame him. I really don't.
No, I don't blame him either, but that doesn't mean I gotta like him.
I don't necessarily like it, but I'm not going to hate him. He had to take a job. He wanted to go there. He wanted to win.
See,
let's be honest. If you're losing with the Giants for 5 years, can you blame him for wanting to go somewhere to win?
Listen, little history. I was a big Mark Bavaro fan, but he was dead to me when he went to Philly too. And then when he was gone, then he was back again.
That damn Nick Gates.
Yeah, well.
We did a whole thing last year that how nobody was hating on Nick Gates, but everybody hates on Saquon. Nick Gates went to 2 different NFC East rivals.
Yeah, well.
Just saying. Be an equal opportunity hater.
Wow. There's levels. It's like Jimmy Johnson used to say. There's levels. There's levels.
Yeah. Levels of hate. So here's the interesting part now. Dallas Cowboys need a weapon. Do they take Tyler Warren? I know they got a tight end, but it's like,
I mean, who else could go as a weapon? You're not taking a receiver there.
No, there's no receiver worth it.
Right. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Do you take a running back? Do you take a Myron Hampton there?
That's what we put. We put Hampton would go.
I mean, that would be a Jerry thing to do.
Or watch him take Shador.
But I mean, who else do they really need at that point? Like who? What do the Clown Boys really need?
They need everything basically.
Yeah.
I mean, they love Jake Ferguson. Let's be honest. They love Jake Ferguson.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Would they? But Warren, like I said, just
watch him take Shador.
And next year, Dion's their coach.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
it's all crazy. But the Cowboys are officially on the clock, guys. So we're going to find out shortly on that. So again,
who did the Niners take?
As I said, Michael Williams out of Georgia.
Oh, that's right. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
you're right.
So that's official according to Wikipedia.
Okay.
And I don't see anything about Ben Dover or Donald Trump being drafted. So I think they cleaned up the BS ones.
Now, Jay just said that Warren will murder us for years. No, we got Abdul Carter that's going to cover him now. There we go.
There you go. That'll solve it.
Yeah. Abdul Carter is going to cover tight ends. We're good.
He's going to be good. I just, and I shouldn't say it's because we drafted a Penn State player. Penn State players always scare me. Like, I feel like they just never get coached right in college. Like, every year they say, oh, this is a great player. It's a great prospect. And they do Nike absolutely nothing in college, basically. Like, Carter at least had the production. And Warren had good production. But I feel like every year there's all these Penn State players. Like, this guy was an insane combine person. Well, he did crap on the field.
Well, I mean, Barkley, right?
Yeah.
Right. Listen, Theo Johnson wasn't used as a pass catching tight end at Penn State, but he's going to be a monster.
Oh, I like him, actually.
Yeah, when he develops as a pass catcher, watch out, because he's a freak athlete.
Yeah,
that dude makes everybody look small. Like did you see him in the picture with Russell Wilson and the other guy?
Russell Wilson makes but look small.
I was going to say,
to be honest here.
Sure, he makes me look.
But
I'm bigger than he is.
Here we go. Here's what I'm saying. So the two top picks last year out of Penn State, Olufashanu and Chop Robinson, who, by the way, we hated Chop Robinson.
He hasn't really done anything. That's surprising. I thought he would do better, but
Joey Porter Jr. has been okay. Bretton Strange.
Porter Jr. has been good, right? I would say he's been better. Okay.
I feel like he's been just kind of forcing the role because they have no corners.
Listen, that was the guy I wanted over Banks, by the way. Was Joey Porter Jr.
Johan Dotson. That's been a great pickup.
Johan.
Johan.
I mean, then he got Micah Parsons. Obviously, that was a huge hit. But then Gross Matos, was he any good? I'm just saying, I feel like there's a lot of players that just don't hit.
Well, even if you go further back, Kajana Carter, right?
Like that to me is a school that is either mega hit or mega bust.
Yeah, that's a good take.
That's why we do the show.
Yeah, Shane Conley.
Sorry, I got told by a former NFL player a couple weeks ago that I knew what I was doing, so it's okay.
Wow, a former NFL player?
Yeah, we had James Canada on the show.
Who?
James Canada, the former Buck.
Oh well.
Wow.
I mean, listen, I know a lot of players. I don't recognize that name. I don't know why I don't recognize that name, but okay. I don't want to steal your thunder. I'm just saying.
Wow, way to make me feel like half a man now. So it's like, who?
I mean, listen, you got to take it, right?
Give and take. Guy you are.
He's like, I was more impressed by your picture with Michael Shannon.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Let me see. I have more pictures with those celebrities. You want me with John Morgan?
Like, who?
John Morgan. Don't ever try to drink that under the table, by the way. You will not succeed.
Who?
John Morgan. Joker knows John Morgan.
Yeah.
Everybody in Florida knows John Morgan.
I do. By the way, I'm not a Florida native. Oh, wait, are you a Florida native?
No one's a Florida native. No one's a Florida native.
Okay.
I actually am a Florida native.
And you're in Jersey. What does that say?
This guy there.
Yeah, who moves out of the warm weather?
Apparently that crazy guy.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't my
Oh, got it.
Yeah, it wasn't my decision. I was too young.
Guys, we have a trio. It's become a quartet now.
Who?
Oh, I gotta change the whole setup here. There we go. Jason, what's up, man?
What's going on, guys?
Welcome
So,
aboard.
man, how you doing?
So
I'm doing great. Just got done with one podcast, jumping on this one now. It's been a busy evening, but having a lot of fun.
Nice, nice.
So for those who don't know Jason, he's a huge Arkansas fan. Does his own show with Arkansas there. Also starting up a Chiefs podcast here. I'm not going to say that a certain goofy bastard that's here right now may be starting up a sports network here soon, but I'm not going to say he's not. So that's where we know Jason from. Feel free to introduce yourself a little bit there, because we got all Giants people mostly here in right now. So obviously, they may not be familiar with your work. So feel free to talk a little about what you do and your knowledge points.
Yeah. So I currently write for Pig Trail Nation, which is the NBC outlet here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Write for football, baseball, and softball for Arkansas sports. Also got the pleasure to go to Chiefs training camp as a media member last summer.
Oh, nice.
and just been kind of taken off from there, and then got this opportunity. And so I'm going to run with it and see what happens.
There we go. All right,
Best
real
luck.
quick, guys. Guess
Thank you.
what?
Pick us in. Cowboys.
The Cowboys pick is in, guys.
Oh.
Tyler Booker, guard out of Alabama. Woo.
It's actually not a bad pick for them.
Not
No.
at all. Jason, why don't you take it off?
Yeah.
You're the SEC guy, so tell us about Booker.
So pretty athletic guy, as you can see. But the thing is that I think this year, next year, you're probably going to see a lot more of the Nick Saban tree start to filter out of Alabama. Kalen is going to have more of his, I guess you want to say, brand or type of guy that he wants there at Alabama. The thing is, I've seen a lot of these guys up close and personal in any way, shape, or form over the last 2-3 years. So I'm really surprised that Dallas made a sound pick, because that's not what they've been known for here for the last couple of years. So crazy train do crazy train things, but this seems actually be somewhat normal.
Well, we got an Ozzy Osbourne reference now. Look at that. We got all kinds of pop
Right.
culture references tonight.
It's impressive.
Yeah. But I mean, is it just me, or was it kind of crazy that the Cowboys, like you said, Jason, made a smart move, didn't go with a running back, which, again, we talked about before. This is a running back heavy draft. There are running backs. You're going to have day 3 running backs that you can step in and put in as a starter in a pinch there. So it's an interesting pick for them, because we all thought, Hampton might be the guy from North Carolina, just because that'd be a Jerry Jones kind of move to make, that splashy move there. So, kudos to the rest of the Jones family for upping his meds tonight and allowing him not to make the pick.
That was
Go to
weeks
bed,
in the
Grandpa.
making.
Go to bed, Grandpa. You're okay.
Wait. Let's get that kid out of that school.
We're mean. It's okay. But no, Booker's a good. I said he's a good pick. I do think it's a little early for him personally. I had him more as like a late first round pick there. So, but listen, it's a solid still pickup. He's the best pure guard in this draft. Meaning, we talked about before, a lot of the tackles are going to be people that might move inside because it's not a great tackle class, and a lot of them are a little undersized or have shorter arms. Or have issues just setting the edge in general. As a couple guys had that problem in there too. Kind of Evan Neal like for Giants fans to kind of understand what we mean by that. But this is the guy who was literally the best of the true guards in college to come out as a guard here in this draft. Like I said, Will Campbell, I know the Patriots are probably really happy to get him. Really good player, but I think he's going to move inside. He's probably going to be a guard. Mimbu that the Jets got, I do think he's a right tackle, and he'll stay right tackle. But a lot of these guys that you're going to see drafted as tackles even are people that you may go, okay, are they really tackles or are they guards? So, all right. So let's see. Who's up next here, guys? Let's see who's Wikipedia say. The Miami Dolphins are on the clock, guys.
All right. So question, do you think that they'll unretire Phil Simms' number to give it to Abdul?
No.
Okay.
I really don't. I think that's there is an interesting move here. Didn't Deontay Banks give up number 3?
He did. He's wearing number 2 now.
Just saying. What did Carter get drafted?
Number 3. So you think Russell Wilson's going to give up number 3?
Oh, I forgot about Russell Wilson being number 3.
This is why you had me on. See?
That's why I have you on, Joker. You know what it is? Russell Wilson is so tiny, I forget about him sometimes. It's like he gets lost in the background.
Kind of looks like a blur.
Yeah. It's like, was that a 3? Is that a backwards E?
Or here's the other theory.
Okay.
Deontay Banks gave up 3, took 2, knowing the Giants were going to get Shedeur, so he could get paid twice to give up his number.
There you go. That would be brilliant on his part if he did that.
Right?
Actually brilliant. But yeah, let's see. The Dolphins, guys, I'm curious on them because they've got a couple. Obviously, Booker's are now off the board. Membu's off the board. Campbell's off the board. Banks is off the board.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the Dolphins would just go basically point blank. Here's the best offensive lineman on the board. It's getting to that point where I'm like, does it make sense for them because they're going to be reaching big time now? I mean, the only true guard I had as a first round grade was Booker.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into offensive tackles here, You know, with Banks being gone, Campbell. I
What
mean,
about Gray Zabel? I know they said a second rounder, but he's not a bad pick in that range, I don't think.
he's not a bad pick at all, and I like him a lot. I just wonder if people are going to be a little hesitant being from that school. I mean, North Dakota State is obviously a little teeny tiny little school there. Josh Simmons could be an option, even, you know, depending on, you know, the injury issues. You know, I don't know. I feel like Irsay might be an issue there too. You know, he might be a guy to look at. I don't know. There's a couple of guys out there, but I thought one of these guys that already is gone would be there for him at this point. I really did.
You think maybe they go defense, go D line? Let's just start to run on D linemen.
It makes some sense. I mean, there's only the one already taken, obviously there, but
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of good defensive people in this draft still. You know, it's definitely been more of a run offensive players than I expected this early. That's for damn sure.
I mean, they could use D line. I think Miami, right? Like, that makes sense for them.
Pretty much use every position.
Well,
that's
true.
That's the weird thing. Miami went from like a playoff team to a crappy team in the year. You know, I just feel like
it's crazy seeing the slide that they've made.
I mean, they also did the other way around. So they lose a couple of those pieces, and it was a very easy transition back to where they were a few years ago. So their defense is actually kind of like one of the things last year that was kind of stepped up when Tua didn't play for half the year. Kind of kept them close in games. A lot of people forget about that. It was Miami had like a lot of close games and low scoring games, which you look at the season prior, they were winning games like 45-37. It looked like the Colts in Peyton Manning days.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. Like you also like feel like you should probably protect your quarterback that's got concussed like 17 times in the past 2 years for you.
Part of me says that's just not a Dolphins thing, and they might just go Tyler Warren and say screw it. You know,
it is the Dolphins.
Listen, what's his name? I think what's his name? Was it? What's the coach name? McDaniel? Mike McDaniel?
Yeah,
McDaniel. Yeah,
I think he's way over his head. I think he's way over his head.
Yeah, and Jonnu Smith. We actually talked about them in the mock draft. Jonnu Smith had a good year last year. So, do you want to make that kind of move when you have needs on defense and all? Which would mean Tyler Warren would drop to the Colts, which Rob and I did say in our mock draft.
I mean, he's like Dallas Clark, right? Like he is the
perfect fit for the Colts, and they need a tight end. So, and again, you have two inaccurate quarterbacks. What better to get the best tight end you possibly can with two inaccurate quarterbacks?
I mean, but then again, one of those quarterbacks never used the tight end when he was with the Giants. So, is he going to use him with the Colts?
Excuse me. I saw the rap video with him. He was a background dancer.
So I don't know, but I'm still shocked that Coastal Loveland went over Tyler Warren, and I like Coastal Loveland. But, I mean, what is there something we don't know? Like, there's something out there that.
What nobody seems to realize is that they think that they just are trying to mimic now what the Lions are doing. That's what it boils down to.
So I mean, what if that's what you're doing? Wouldn't you go with Tyler Warren or Coastal Loveland?
No, because of the blocking ability. They think he's a Sam Laporta.
Okay.
That's what I think personally. Is that they saw the similarities in those two, and he's more the Sam Laporta type, and that fits what they want to do.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Warren's going to be a guy that you're going to split out a lot of times. He's more of a receiving tight end.
Well,
whereas Colston is more of an actual true, blocking
tight end
and catch. It's a little more Sam Laporta style at that point. He's not going to get you 1,000 yards. He's going to get you 700 yards if you're lucky, and get you 8-9 touchdowns potentially.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it now.
I don't think it's the right one for the record, but I can see it.
It makes sense. It's logical. Yeah, whether I agree with it or not, it's logical. I can get logic.
Tell you, if I ever had the chance to sit down with Deion Sanders, I'm going to ask him point blank, why do you dye your whole head but not your beard? That's my question.
The reverse Ryan Day.
Yeah, like it just makes no sense whatsoever. Like these are the things I think about.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know I'm a jerk.
To be fair, you see all the gray I have in my beard. I don't have gray in my hair.
Listen, I'm just farther away. Trust me, it's there.
Yeah. So his hair may
I'm
not.
42. It's there.
Gray. See, they're showing him now. He's got some gray there. So it's possible.
Up. Goodell is walking up again. Guess what, guys? This was a little bit of a shocker for me.
Who is it?
Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle out of Michigan.
See, I said D-line.
And I like Grant. Don't get me wrong, but that's a little early for him. I think I thought like late first, early second. Walter Nolan, I thought would go ahead of him.
You know what? Grant's a little underrated, but he's actually, I think that's a good spot for him. I really do. I think he got overshadowed because of Graham, but Kenneth Grant also made Mason Graham look really good too.
I was about to say, we said that on our show, even it's like if you get trouble when you got two guys playing next to you that are both so highly touted. Yeah. Are they helping each other out to a certain degree as well? Because you can't double team Mason Graham because Kenneth Grant's going to go ahead and do his thing.
Yep. I actually like it. I think I like Kenneth Grant a lot.
Like I said, I like the player. I like Nolan better. I think Nolan's a little notch better. I think he'd have been the better pick for that there at that point.
I strenuously disagree.
Strenuously? What's making this so strenuous?
Yeah. Come on, that's from you don't know what that's from? You know what that's from?
What movie are we doing here?
A Few Good Men.
Oh, okay.
When Demi Moore in the courtroom.
There's a lot of strenuous things that would happen with Demi Moore back then.
You object one. Oh, no, Your Honor. Okay. Yeah,
I know you would GI that Jane. I get it. It's okay.
Yeah.
She's like 60 something now. She
looks better at 60 than she did at 30.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. She ages well. She's like Cher. Like they don't
whoever
age.
her plastic surgeon is, kudos to you.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Jay says no one's old enough to see these films, and I find that hard to believe because
I would be the fire in her St. Elmo's.
My God, he'd only be happy if she did a striptease though.
Bald or not, I don't care, man.
Hey, listen, she could be my indecent proposal.
Jason's Joker had Basic Instinct DVDs. Wasn't that Sharon Stone?
Yes, it was. Yes. Come on, if you're gonna,
I haven't seen that in forever.
Oh, it's such a classic.
I know you like that one scene, Joker. I get it.
Yeah.
Hey, we all know what scene that is. We all know.
Meow.
Yes. He likes fresh picture of the roast beef.
We're pulling up to the deli, the bodega.
Right? Curtain.
This is purely a food talk, by the way, just in case you're worried. After all, Joker and me both live in Florida. We don't have any good delicatessens here in Florida.
No, seriously. There is no good delis.
There are no good delis whatsoever.
Jason's Deli is the best you can get, and that's not
Jason, you have a deli. I was unaware of that.
Yeah. Still haven't seen that check yet either.
Man.
Oh, my gosh. Goodell is, by the way, back up there.
All right, pick us in for the Colts. You got the Wikipedia?
Of course I have Wikipedia.
Is it going to be Dallas Clark Light?
Oh, my gosh. Guess what, Rob? We're right again.
Yeah.
Let's
go. Tyler Warren, tight end, Penn State to the Colts. And the crazy thing is we did our mock draft for the whole first round. And I'm like, this is going to be a drop for Tyler Warren. This probably won't happen.
And it happened.
It happened.
That's what I like. You got to pat yourself on the back because I'm known for that too. So I like that about you, Drew. Pat yourself on the back.
Listen, trust me. You don't have to tell me to pat myself on the back. I will do it enough on my own. Listen, I am not.
I bet he does, Rob.
I am not in the best of health, but I can assure you that my confidence and my self-esteem is a very healthy state. Everything else is going on me, but those two things are doing freaking spectacular.
Right.
So you're still good from the neck up.
Yeah. Right. No. The neck hurts all the time, and I have headaches sometimes at all. Plus the balding thing going on. I mean,
work with me here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Had I known you had all that Giant stuff behind you there, I had to move so I could see the TV. So you guys can't see all the Giants. Well, you've seen it, Drew,
yes,
but these guys haven't.
Apparently, you never watch our show though, so therefore.
Well, I'm
an audio guy. He's just audio.
I'm busy interviewing real football players.
Whoa! Wow! Wow! I will say this: you guys do get some damn good interviews.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
No,
kidding.
you're not kidding. That was a serious shot. Let's go real quick to the YouTube stats real quick.
Well, it's because I'm on this. If we're beating the other one, then
I was saying
why.
I was saying for the month to keep it fair for you.
Okay.
We can see where they're at real quick.
By the way, I'm hosting tomorrow night.
I know you are. I would say plug it. We're going to be on as well, though, so you can. I told you I'm a jerk. At least you know it going into this. Like that's the beauty of this whole thing here.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I can appreciate that because
Yes.
I have my moments as well.
I'm officially on, by the way. I'm on Giants Rush watching them as well. I'm helping them out.
It's officially official.
I've doubled their viewing stats. I know. I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
No, I don't want me. Listen, it's give and take here, my man. It's give and take.
Listen, it's all good. Yeah. It's all good. Listen, like what we say before, if I'm not kidding with you, that's when you worry.
I know.
That's how you know I like it.
You just heard my comment that I gave in response back, so we're good.
Exactly.
Yes.
So, all right, Falcons are up on the board here, guys. Is this?
They're going to take a quarterback.
Where Sanders goes?
We're going to sign one and take one also.
They're going to sign him and move him to cornerback and reincarnate Dion.
or they did take a quarterback last year. Let's be fair. Hampton, North Carolina. Let's go for it again. They keep on doing these running backs. No, honestly, Walter Nolan going here would make sense.
I think this is the run of D lines. I do. I think for the next few picks, right? Because who's after Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
After Atlanta, you got the Cardinals, who I would continue to take a defensive again. The Bengals, who have to take a defensive player. It's the only way they can afford one.
Yep.
The Seahawks, who are a wild card, they are very good at drafting, and they typically have people fall in their lap. And then the Buccaneers, who I think will take a pass rusher or a corner.
So if Daniel Jeremiah is correct, the Giants trade with Seattle at 18.
And they can get Shedeur Sanders, though. That's kind of crazy.
Jay, do you like that move, Jason, or no?
I don't know.
Hey, by the way,
I've been so torn.
Do you have a TV on?
Who? Me?
I just hear a TV.
Yeah, it's me. Do I need to turn it down?
Yeah. YouTube hates that.
Okay.
They will demonetize.
I didn't realize it was that loud. I had it low.
I know you did. I heard it very slight in the background, but yeah, no, YouTube is like killer with that stuff. Like
do you hear it still or no?
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
That's like when we do our game stuff at that point, I literally have like the headset on and I'll have one earbud in so I can listen to the game that way.
Yeah.
That's
Which
my
is
way
weird,
around.
I had it going this entire time. Like
I heard something slight in the background, but it was all of a sudden louder.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I got it.
There you go. I just want to make sure we don't.
So yeah, Jason, you had a reaction. So you don't like Shedeur? Because
I've been torn with the whole Shedeur thing. The reason why you get for sure, one great player like Travis Hunter. And I sometimes feel like if the other player is not as good as them, they make them better. I'm wondering a little bit if Travis Hunter made Shedeur Sanders better than what he really is in some parts, because there's been there's been lockdown with how much Shedeur has participated in this offseason. Whenever you look at that and the way that Dion has handled everything, it almost kind of looks Trey Lance-ish almost, where you have a lot of more question marks than answers. You've seen what Shedeur can do during a game, but the sample size of him really being a winning quarterback, I don't see that as much as what you would want in your starter going into the NFL. I know that he's probably going to be a project. I personally thought he might be a third rounder. That's just me. But from what I've seen in his sample size at Jackson State and Colorado, but at the end of the day, he's going to be a guy that you're going to have probably a 2 to 3 year window where he's going to have to learn the system before you can actually put him in. Because if you put him in too early, it's not going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a good situation for him to go to and sit for that year. I do think a little differently. Again, I think when you look at what he wasn't surrounded by, because he also made guys like LeJohntay Wester and Jimmy Horn look good too, right? So I do like that. I do like there's some things there, but I think it is a good situation. I think you don't have to force him in. So I think that's a great situation for him. Whether they do it, I don't know, but I think him and Dave's together would be really good. Like I really do.
Yeah.
'Cause when you think about, he's good at anticipation, he's good at those things. I don't know if the Josh Allen type is the Dave type, if that makes sense. Like I don't know if he needs to have that guy, because they were trying to get Matthew Stafford too, right? And Matthew Stafford is not Josh Allen.
No.
Let's be real, right? So, but I think the anticipation, like he relies on timing, because you guys have heard, like all he talked about was get the ball out sooner, get the ball out sooner, get the ball right. His guys are open. He's got guys open all the damn time. You just got to have guys that know they're going to be open. So I just feel like he's a great fit. But I'll say, whoever they take, if they take a quarterback, I'm going to trust Daboll, because he's been right the last couple of years. He was high on C.J. Stroud. He was high on Jaden Daniels, right? So the guy knows quarterbacks. I don't care what anybody says. He knows quarterbacks.
My whole thing with Daboll is I think the whole quarterback reputation with him is overblown. I really do. I look at everywhere he was except for the Bills as an NFL coordinator. He had like the worst offense in the league. Granted, he didn't go to the best spots. He went to Kansas City, Cleveland, Miami.
Yeah, quarterbacks were.
Like, I'm not trying to make it seem like that. Like you have to include that as part of that equation. But literally, like especially one year in Kansas City, he had, Jamal Charles, one of the best running backs in the freaking league at the time.
Yep.
And I just feel like he never succeeded anywhere. He never developed a quarterback anywhere. And all of a sudden he lucks into Josh Allen, who I do think was a product of his own hard work. Don't get me wrong. Did Daboll help him? I'm sure he did. I'm not going to take it all away from him.
Right.
Yep.
But I can't sit there and say, because there's no other track record, but people automatically, whenever you like develop one, people are like, oh my God, this guy's developed a quarterback. He's a quarterback whisperer. He's done this. Look what he did with this guy. Like you can say that about a guy like Dave Canales, for example. Like goes to Seattle, fixes Geno Smith, goes to Tampa. Baker Mayfield improves big time. Goes now to Carolina. Bryce Young, had a much better second half after sitting.
Yep.
That's the guy you could literally call a quarterback whisperer, and I will give you no slack about it whatsoever.
Yeah.
You can't get one guy that's seated under you and go, "Oh, he's a quarterback whisperer." Like, that's not the case whatsoever. Is Jim Harbaugh now also a quarterback whisperer?
I don't think he's a quarterback whisperer, but I do think he's very smart offensively. I think he designs great offense, and I think he knows what a good quarterback is. But when you look at who he had at Cleveland and Kansas City and Miami, like those quarterbacks were ass.
100%. Give me 1 second real quick, guys.
Yep.
Jalen Walker out of Georgia goes to the Falcons.
Take the look.
Interesting pick there, because they listed him as a defensive end here on Wikipedia. They list him as a linebacker on the NFL Plus here. He is definitely that tweener guy. Like you don't know where he's going to play. Like we picked him as a linebacker and we did our talks.
Yes,
honestly, I'm not a big fan of the player, to be honest with you guys. It's a potential pick. Like he has the potential, and I'll say it this way. And I know I'm kind of stretching it and kind of covering both ends and copping out to a certain degree when I say it this way, but this is what I see. He has the potential to be the best pass rusher of this entire draft. He's the potential to be the Micah Parsons style player that can play linebacker, can play edge, can do all this kind of stuff and go over the field. Or he has the potential to be a guy who's just a combine maniac and never makes it anywhere.
True.
Like there's no end or for buts about it. To me, it's going to be amazing player or total bust.
I think the other thing that this pick does, it makes the Falcons fans excited because he's a Georgia kid playing in Atlanta, right? So it puts butts in the seats. You get the fans excited. It's kind of like when the Bucks took Jameis Winston, right? Like over Mariota. It was his Florida State guy. This is going to put people in the seats. So not that he's not good, but I think that's part of it as well, right? Like you needed
Plus,
that.
they knew there was plenty of crab legs. You wouldn't have to worry about stealing any.
Right? Right?
We're known for our snow crab legs.
Yeah, right. Hooters.
Hooters. Don't even mention Hooters. They're going under, I hear. They're having issues.
We don't even have one up here.
Hey, I'd go under at Hooters.
Yeah, from what I hear, that's what they just filed bankruptcy. It's very deflating.
Did they really? That is disappointing.
Yeah.
You know
I
what's-
I
Go ahead.
said is that like Hooters closing restaurants, is that like the food version of a breast reduction?
You know what's interesting? Until I moved to Florida, I never heard of a wing house. And then when I got to
Oh, yeah.
Florida, I went to wing
yeah.
house. And let me tell you what, their wings are better, and the
Yeah.
scenery's just as good.
The scenery. See, Jason, Joker and I actually live near the original, the OG Hooters, the very first
Oh
one.
wow. Yeah.
I used to actually work 2 buildings down from it.
Really?
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I used to work. I'm not going to name names. I would keep the business stuff out of it, but I don't work for it anymore, so I can say it. I used to run the Tires Plus over it next, like 2 doors down from it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So it used to be a Tire Kingdom back in the day, but now it's a Tires Plus.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was bad because every time one of the waitresses came in, I had to keep the guys getting antsy. I'm like, "You stay in the back. You're going to say something to get me in trouble."
True. Funniest stories was that. Oh, go ahead, Jason.
I was gonna say, I bet you that place was wild back in the day when it first opened up too.
So I remember being in college, and we did a spring break trip. We drove from New York to Daytona, and we stopped in.
Keep in mind, this is back when Model Ts were on the road. It took them.
That's right. That's right. We stopped into a Hooters in like South Carolina. I want to say, I can't remember, one of those states. And I just remember like families coming in after church to Hooters, and I'm like, "What in the hell is this?" Like, yeah, it was crazy. But I'm like, all right. So then when I moved around a lot, my thing was always, okay, I'm gonna hit a Hooters in every state whenever I travel or I move. Or
except Arkansas, according to Jason.
Yeah.
Not in Arkansas.
They used to have one in Fayetteville, and then it closed down about 10, 15 years ago, and that's it.
It'd be ironic if they had one in
Peaks.
Little Rock.
Twin Peaks are good. Twin Peaks are good.
Yeah, they good. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Are they good in Arkansas though? I don't know. They're good in other
Especially
places. Colorado.
Especially, I'm sure there, but I mean, hey, during Valentine's Day, you get the lingerie going on. Yeah, it's
Okay.
top
All
notch.
right.
Is that what happens out there?
Wow.
I take it that's for the
Is
single
that like
men or the men
everywhere,
who
or is
want
that
to be
just an
single.
Arkansas thing?
I think it might be a whole like an everywhere thing for them, but I'm going to tell you what, between that and then Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue weekend here, it gets a little raucous.
Okay.
A little raucous, he says.
In
I
Arkansas.
see what he did there.
Yes. Caught that.
Yes. All right. Cardinals, by the way, guys, are officially on the clock with that Jalen Walker move we were talking about before we
Another
got
D-line.
distracted by Hooters and all. So
Easily we get distracted by Hooters.
yes, never get distracted by them. That just never happens. So
it's got to be the run of D line. Make me look smart. The run of D line. Is it in? Is it a D lineman?
you got Walter Nolan there still. Like we talked about him a little bit there. He's a guy that I thought would go in the mid-first round. So it's an appropriate spot for him there to go. That's for sure. You got somebody who's going to like James Pierce Jr. That's an acquired taste. I feel like people are going to love him or hate him. Obviously, a little bit smaller. A guy who also didn't play full time necessarily over at at Tennessee, but
it's got some character concerns.
Walter Nolan, defensive tackle out of Old Miss to the Cardinals.
There you go.
There we
All
go.
right.
It's almost like I knew what I'm talking about.
Almost. Hey, by the way, I said there'd be a run of D line, and what has gone on?
There's been 2. That's not a run yet. I need like 3 or 4 to be a run.
We mean 2. Well, listen, Michael Williams. I'm counting.
3 out of the last 4, I guess.
And Jalen Walker, I'm counting as a D line because he's an edge. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was saying the last 2. So I guess we've had 4 out of the last 6 actually. So I'll give you that.
Thank you.
I'll give that. Point to you.
Yeah.
Just mark that down on my chalkboard over here. Need a quarterback. Listen, you never know what kind of random knickknacks I'm going to have for the Giants here behind me.
Man, if this goes on late enough, I might throw on the Lawrence Taylor helmet that I have.
To be or not to be, that is the question.
Nice.
I got that in Mexico.
Nice.
So, all kinds of random Giants things everywhere. Just never know.
Yeah.
I even have my candle. I haven't lit it in a while because it smells like a Giants victory.
Oh, listen, I'm gonna bring some over and show.
Here we go.
Because this how old this thing
Giants
is.
sideline book.
It's so deflated, but this
Is
is
it a Tom Brady football?
No.
Oh.
Signed
played a football though.
Signed by Jim Burt personally.
Oh, there we go.
He came into Albany. And,
Albany.
Yep, Albany, New York, where I'm from originally.
Oh, is that where you're from originally? Okay.
Yeah, well, that area. Yeah.
That area. That's fine. Yeah. I'm not expecting to give you your exact home address.
Yeah. So back in the day, they used to go to like car dealerships
on Drury Lane.
Right. I don't say the town I'm from because nobody would know it. But
I say it all the time. I'm from Hazlitt, New Jersey. It's all good.
Yeah, I'm from Rotterdam, New York.
Rotterdam.
Yes.
That sounds like a town that would have
near Schenectady. Which, by the way, Pat Riley is from Schenectady, which is the bordering town to me. Sam Perkins is from my area as well, near my area.
Yeah, of course, the guy who owns the Perkins restaurants. That is.
Yeah. The very same guy.
Good pancakes.
Yeah. We got some famous people from my hometown.
You know, it's funny because we were talking about who was the guy. Oh my God, I need to look this up. There was a town in Florida that one of these guys that we scouted was from Niceville, Florida. And I got to look it up to see if I can figure out who it was. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to famous people section. They had it. Let's see here. I'll figure this out here. But anyway, I was looking it up and I'm like, oh my God, there's been so many people from Niceville, Florida. I never even heard of it before. Again, we don't talk politics, but we can mention names. Matt Gaetz was from there. Okay. We had Pam Oliver from there. Alan Richardson from Reacher and Teen Titans and all from there. Yeah. So a lot of people. I was like, wow, that's kind of crazy there. I got a couple of baseball players, a couple of football players. So yeah, I was kind of like, whoa, I never even heard of this place before. And there's like a hodgepodge of like famous people coming from it. Oh. Apparently Chris Judd, who used to be married to J-Lo back in the day, is from there. Yeah. So
if we
Jared Johnson, who played for 12 years.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
dang.
Yeah, they didn't even have who it was. I gotta find it. It was, you know what? If I search for a couple hours, I'll find it in my notes. But I'm not gonna do that.
And if we got any Yankees fans out there, Tommy Canley was from my hometown or near my.
Oh, okay. But actually, I won't mention my job.
Okay.
But where I do work, we have 2 locations, and the other location, Tino Martinez, just came in last week. Actually.
Oh, nice.
I was like, come on.
Tino was one of my favorites.
Wrong location. Let's see, though. Let's see.
I do have some New York roots, by the way.
Do you? Okay.
Yes, I do. So it's on the western side.
Because it's New York.
No, it's on the western side.
Oh, the western side. Buffalo.
Just south of Buffalo and Fredonia.
Yeah.
I never
heard
of
grandfather,
that.
He grew up in Silver Creek, went to school in Silver Creek. Also, family reunions every year up at Thunderbird State Park, just south of Fredonia.
Yep.
My great uncle was the dean of students at SUNY Fredonia. So whenever Buffalo was doing the training camps back when they had their 4 Super Bowl runs, he would when we go up for the reunion, he would take us on the field to the training camps. Funny story, the years that we did go to the training camps, they would keep losing in the Super Bowl. I go to Chiefs training camp last year, they lose in the Super Bowl. So I don't know if there's anything connected, but probably. I might stay away from Chiefs training camp because they might go to the Super Bowl and lose again.
Listen, we might get a fun going to send into the Eagles training camp. I'm just saying, like,
I'll be all for it, by the way.
Let's see. There's Shedeur still in his room, by the way. Listen, for all the things that came out about Shedeur Sanders, maybe the best look for him is not a big old money sign behind him. I'm just saying, like, maybe that's not the best move. I feel like the message has been lost on them. That they just, oh my God, this is such a freaking stupid move by the Bengals. Here we go.
Who they do?
This is the guy that Rob and I picked for biggest bust in the first round. Shamar Stewart, defensive end at a Texas A&M. Wow. 1.5 sacks last year. That's the guy, the first round pick. Whoop, whoop.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that's such a Bengals move. It's not even funny. That's like the old Bengals before they were good move.
to replace Hendrickson.
This guy is the quintessential, like, oh my God, he looks so great in the combine. I need to get him, even though he did jack in how many years in college, you know? So literally 4.5 sacks he had in 3 years in college. And listen, I'm not sacked on everything. I get it. We talk about that all the time on the show, but you're at college. If you can't get to the quarterback in college, whoa,
Good luck in the
bad
NFL.
for you in the NFL.
Yeah.
Good damn
Bad for
luck.
you in the NFL. 12 games, 31 tackles, 6 tackles for loss, 1.5 sacks, 2 passes deflected, 1 forced fumble, and a 79.5 PFF grade. That's what they think is a mid-first round pick, guys.
I can't wait to see the Bengals fans' reactions in Green Bay because they're all like this on screen. I want to see the reactions.
And we said somebody would go ahead and take him in the
Mhm.
first round. We said that, but oh my
Yeah.
God.
That money
That's
green
very
suit.
I always get but his teammate too, Shamar Turner, right? They're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just, yeah, that's a very, very, very bad move. Nick Scordon from Texas A&M, another pass rusher. He was actually a better move. We had him as a lead first round to early second round guy, but he's going to be a better player than Shamar Stewart. I'm telling you, they picked the wrong edge from Texas A&M if they really wanted one.
They went with that upside athleticism.
Look at that! They literally showed the first thing they show on NFL Network to try to show how good he is.
Or disruption in production.
Is him falling down into a quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
And like they're having trouble clearly finding good snaps. Like they just showed one where he ran back to get a wide receiver. Like this is, I'm telling you, this is a bad move, guys. Ooh.
Do you think it's a bad move, Drew? I was just curious.
I have mixed feelings.
I was about to say he's very reserved about this.
I have
Yeah, the whole bag, man. Tell us how you really feel.
This is a bad pick, and this is the shittiest pick we'll have all day.
Okay.
Yeah, like this is bad. You might as well get a kicker
or a long snapper.
Well, no, we already had
there you
bend
go.
over, getting the long snapper being bent. You missed that, Jason. Before we're having fun with Wikipedia. Wikipedia was one of the viewers here. Jay, who's a regular of ours, said Wikipedia is usually about 4 minutes early, and apparently people are having fun on Wikipedia, and they were like putting in random names of people. The Jets were apparently at one point going ahead and drafting Donald Trump. Even like it was this craziness going on. But yeah, at one point the Niners were getting a random long snapper with no name, and the Saints were getting a linebacker bend over at a Harvard. Who's got the TV going again?
That's not me. It's not me.
Hold on.
Alexa.
Okay, that was me.
Okay,
Fix
I
it.
said I could hit the mute button and find out, you hooligans. All right, we got the Seattle Seahawks on the board here, guys, and they got to be loving the fact that whoever they wanted was probably not who the Bengals took. I'm going to keep on a Bengals fans. If anybody watching is a Bengals fan, we're going to keep on this all night long. Your shitty ass pick. Oh my God. You really Amber Heard of that pick. I'm just saying.
Big time.
So apparently Giants got wind that Travis Hunter was going to go second. And they, after going to Colorado's Pro Day, they went and visited with Carter and liked what they heard. And that's when they pivoted, I guess, to Carter, because they thought, a lot of people thought Carter was going to go too. So
I thought so. I thought that's how they were going to make the whole situation better. With Myles Garrett was part of that. Like, hey, we're going to draft Abdul Carter as long as he doesn't get number one. We're going to get you a guy to rush the passer with and take some of those double teams off you. But nope, that wasn't their plan apparently.
no.
Really not.
So do we think they're going to trade back into the first, or do
I
you think
hope.
they're not going to go quarterback at all? Do you think they don't go quarterback?
Listen, at this point,
There's a quarterback at some point in this draft.
we only have 3 more picks before the Steelers come up. If the Steelers pass on Shedeur Sanders, that's when you're going to see Sutton go crazy.
Yes.
Because then all of a sudden it's going to be like, oh my God, what's happening?
Yeah, it's going to be Aaron Rodgers all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this could be a situation where, like a Baltimore Ravens situation, where somebody trades up with the Eagles and just goes ahead and takes the quarterback. Was it the Eagles who traded away that pick, by the way, with Baltimore? Was it that year? I got to look it up. Lamar Jackson trade draft. They did. They traded with the Eagles, the Ravens.
Okay.
I thought so. My memory is just it's amazing. I can't remember to take out the trash, but I can remember this kind of stuff.
Telling your wife.
She knows. You can text her real quick. It's okay. By the way, for those who aren't aware, Rob is literally my cousin-in-law. So therefore, yes, she does have my wife's cell phone number and everything.
Oh.
Let's see here. So the Ravens traded with them. Let's see. I'm trying to see what it is. They sent the 52nd, 125th, and the next year's second round pick to Philly, and got the 32nd along with the 132nd. So that gives you kind of a framework, by the way. Oh my God, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Great offense, bad defense. What did they do?
Take an offensive guy.
Gray Zabel, North Dakota State. There's your guy, Joker.
Yep.
See?
After they took what's his name, Cody from Colorado State, was it the last year?
They're good at getting those small school guys.
I was gonna say, like, seriously.
Yeah, they got that D3 kid a few years ago. What was his name?
Graham Barton.
Yeah, they're good at that.
They're really working on fixing that offensive line, which is just crazy. Their offense was great last year. You have such a bad, defense at times. It's like, I don't know. I listen. I like the player. I don't like the player for the team, if that makes sense.
It does, because
go get a corner. We had said to get Barron out of Texas, the corner. I thought that's who they would go with. I really thought that was the right spot for him. Corners are dropping though, guys.
I figured they would with the amount of D line and talent in this draft. I figured,
but you know what? There wasn't a lot of corners available in free agency that were younger. Like there was a couple of guys that were a little bit on the higher age side, but there wasn't like a bunch of 26, 27-year-old corners that were available. A lot of them like 29, 30. So I thought somebody would pick up some of these guys that just passed some of the older guys in free agency there. A little crazy, but yeah, I mean Zabel he made a name for himself at the Senior Bowl. He looked really good at the Senior Bowl by all accounts. Everybody I talked to that went there, played, obviously pretty much every position under the sun. And
he dominated there the week of practice. I was watching it. Yeah, he dominated.
I heard he looked really good at center too, specifically.
He did.
Yeah,
he did. He looked really good.
Yeah, so he's got the versatility. He's got that. He's that guy who can play anywhere. So. We'll see. Like I said, not a bad player. I did not think it was the right move for them specifically. So we got the Denver Broncos on the clock. And so we just go ahead and put Hampton there now?
Yeah, I mean, right? He might as well.
You would think so, but...
I feel like it's like the worst kept secret in the world that they want a running back in Denver.
Yeah.
So Amari and Hampton, I would got to think is going there. He's the guy who would make sense. He's the guy you'd put as the second best running back in this draft, and then you could also sit there and say there's a lot of good running backs. Though, does the running backs drop just because there's a ton of them?
Yeah.
Like, is there really that much of a difference between Amari and Hampton and a guy like Caleb Johnson?
I don't think so.
Henderson at Ohio State. I mean, there's a couple of guys you can sit there and say.
Mm-hmm.
I think you
see the run on the running backs in the second round. I think that's when that'll happen.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Jay says, Drew, when you say your wife supports you, do you mean she puts up all these games you play, or she just pays for your shit all the time? Combination of both.
Good deal.
Combination of both.
She got a sister?
She does actually.
She's taking two.
You have one more year before she gets married if you want to try to break up that happy home.
Oh, yeah, no. I don't do that anymore.
Anymore, he says.
Anymore.
She lives in Florida with us, too, so.
Since you put it that way.
I'll send it the digits now. No. No, I like her fiance. We'll keep it that way.
Okay.
It's a good thing they don't like football. Don't listen.
Yeah, they will not listen. Yeah.
Oh, well then. In that case, never mind.
Yeah. We got Jay laughing at least. That's good.
Yeah.
It's always good. It's keep him happy.
Yes.
You wouldn't like him when he's angry. Let's see who we got.
By the way, we got the Mike McCarthy seal of approval on the Abdul Carter pick. in case anybody wondered. He loves to pick for the Giants.
Oh, you know what, guys? We made a mistake. I made the mistake. I said, and you all went with it. It wasn't the Bucks picking. It was the Seahawks picking. Crazy Abel.
Well, the Seahawks took him.
The Seahawks
Yes.
took him. That makes more
Seahawks.
sense. That
Yes,
makes more
okay.
sense.
Okay.
That makes all the sense in the world, guys. This is what happens when we start talking nonsense about Hooters and breaking up happy homes and all that kind of stuff.
And Drew drinking tequila.
It's empty. I'm not drinking it anymore. By the way, yes, I'm that guy who drinks tequila out of a Disney cup.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really want to do it, make
Nobody's
it a
going to
sipping
question
cup.
it.
It is a Florida thing, It's just what we do.
Yeah.
I mean, after my annual pass for Disney just went. Actually, I just let it go. So
Say what?
I know. You know what? I used to go all the time. And, when you have it for like 3-4 years in a row, it's kind of like, okay, I've gone on this ride how many times?
Fair enough.
I mean, I'll still go. Don't get me wrong. It's just cheaper to do that than go every so often. Is keep getting the annual pass, especially for the food festival at Epcot. I love going to Epcot. That's my favorite park. Just keep on eating.
Yeah, I love
eating. I remember about
absolutely
drinking around the world. No, eating around the world. Listen, I can drink at home for like a third of the cost.
Yeah, true. There's a restaurant in Italy. So I went to when I was 13, and we flew down to Disney and did Epcot. There was an Italian restaurant. Went to ate there, and then
When he was still living in Saskatchewan, New York.
yes, and then a couple years ago, I took my parents for Christmas. I treated them to Epcot Center. We went to the very same restaurant, and the Italian food there is out of this world. Yeah, it was. Because my father's mostly Italian, so
Yeah. Only thing I did Italian food wise ever at Disney was Mama Melrose over where the Muppets are in Hollywood Studios, and literally I had heartburn for like a week from that place. Like that is the most acidic pasta sauce in my entire life I've seen. By the way, it's closing down though, because if those who aren't aware, they're getting rid of the Muppets ride. They're going to put Monsters Inc. World there, and Muppets is taking over the rock and roller coaster that Aerosmith currently has.
That's
There's
a lot of
there's your updates on the Disney stuff here.
Wazowski.
Actually, guess that's so that she's a big part of the Laugh Factory they have at Magic Kingdom. So I'm sure they'll have her everywhere.
I'm sure.
I want
Tyler.
I want her sitting at a desk as you walk into the building. That's what I want.
Gotta be.
Okay, now the Bucks are officially on.
I was about to say the Bucks are in. I was about to say they're about. Oh, there we go. Put it in.
What?
Wide receiver.
What?
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Ooh.
That's the greatest name.
Buka.
Emeka Egbuka. I always mispronounce his name.
Oh, that's actually a good pick for them.
Focus.
I would have
That's
loved
really
that
good
pick.
pick for them.
I would have loved that pick if Chris Godwin didn't come back.
Even with him, that's a good pick.
I just
Mike Evans is getting older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he
Need some
still
insurance with him.
Yep. And if Godwin,
Like a
depending on how he is when he comes back, that's actually a really good pick.
like I said, I like it.
What
But just so many needs. So many.
My
needs.
beagle over here is giving the seal of approval as well. I'm gonna have to
He's
probably
a dog,
bounce
not
off
a
here.
seal, so therefore it's the wrong animal.
I hate pumping up my house, guys, but I would have taken a Emeka Egbuka on the Giants.
I would have taken him in the second round. I think he's worth that.
Mhm.
We put him. We said late second round, late first round, early second round for him. That's where I thought he was. I think he's underrated in this draft. Actually, I do think he is the second best receiver. I know people like Matthew Golden out of Texas. I think he's extremely overrated in this draft, personally.
Golden?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't think he's that good. I really don't.
His
I thought.
production was not where it should have been. He came on later in the year when Bond went out.
Yep.
But his 40 time was phenomenal.
James
So
Bond.
that's going to raise him up. Would the Giants take Golden in the second round? There was
I hope
rumors
not.
about that.
I hope not. I'm just not a fan of it. And plus, we have so many needs. It's like we're like Jay-Z over here. You got 99 problems with wide receiver, ain't one. Like seriously, like we don't need a wide receiver.
Well,
Like if you want to get one like the third, fourth round and try to get somebody to replace what we hoped Hyatt was, okay, great. But we don't need to go ahead and get another early wide receiver. We just took one, last year in the first round. Worked out very well, obviously. You got Wandale, who was a recent second round pick. You got Darius Slayton, who you just re-signed, who's probably the best late round pick we had in like the last 20 years. Like you're good. You need role players. That's what you need.
Well, we need a starting D line too.
Oh, no, I'm saying wide receiver.
Oh,
wise.
yeah.
You need role players. That's all you
Yeah.
need.
Which they
You don't
signed
need-
a couple role players this offseason. Right?
They did. They also signed like 30 people that only play special teams.
Right, yeah.
I don't know what the hell their thing is like that. I was like, oh, you play special teams. Let's sign you.
Let's get the special team crew over here.
Yeah, we're a very special team.
Very
Guys,
special.
I have got to bounce real quick. Okay.
You're good, man. I appreciate
yeah.
you coming on. Before we go, real quick,
Yes.
let everybody know again where they can find all your work, Jason.
You can find all of my stuff over either at hogville.net or also on Picture Nation as well on KNWA's website.
All right. Appreciate it coming on, man.
Great. Thanks so much, guys. Take care.
Yeah. Good meeting you, man.
Have a good one, man.
All righty. Let's get
I
back
like
to this
that.
this tall
There's
screen.
a trio.
Yeah. By the way, I had said that
There he goes.
there would be one, maybe two quarterbacks taken in the first round. I thought two would be taken in the first round.
Look at this. Jay says, let all three of us know. Jay, there's 60 people watching this feed right now, okay?
Wow,
I'll give-
60.
I'll give you the stats.
Okay.
2 people. Stop it. Wow. He's so mean. If he didn't occasionally give us money.
He gives you guys money?
No, he.
I'm just kidding. You got to get Meds J and non-Meds J. You just
By
don't
the
know.
way, I did just put in the chat there are 60 people watching. If anybody wants to go onto the Giant Goofball store, get some fun merch. You can even get a towel and wipe your ass on us.
Okay.
No lies, there actually is a towel on there.
That's hilarious.
But I thought it'd be good to know. But that's a nice array of candles, cups, mugs, shirts. So, let's see. He said they're all bots. He says
We're too cheap for bots.
we got another bot. We're up to 61 now, Jason. Take that.
All right.
Anyway, let's see.
Bots need love too.
Yes, they do. Listen, eventually they will, and we'll stop having human relationships probably. So it's okay. Let's be honest. Like, who watched that movie with Megan Fox, but she was a robot?
I don't know that one.
It was on recently. It was on recently. So, like, the wife got sick, and the husband got a robot to help take care of the house and the kid and all. And something happened to her, and she wanted him, and she went a little crazy.
Wow. Okay.
By the way, a robot is the perfect role for Megan Fox to play.
Why is
Like,
that?
because she just acted irregularly. We just bought her as a robot. Like, let's be honest. Nobody went there ever to see any of her movies for acting talent.
That's true. That's very true.
No one's like Jennifer's body.
Hey,
she was so good in that.
Fantastic in Transformers. Let me tell you.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, just that one scene.
She's
that
good
was
in
like-
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too.
I don't think
Yeah.
anybody was good
Phenomenal.
in that. I don't think anybody was good in that movie.
Megan Fox was.
Michael Bay is just determined to ruin all of my childhood. I swear. waiting for him to just do like Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers the movie, but luckily they didn't let him touch that one.
I'm still undecided how I feel about the remake of Highlander.
Well, there can only be one, which is what they should have said with the movies because the sequel sucks so bad. But
Yeah.
Yeah, the second one
And
made
the
zero
TV
sense. Like I'm a huge Highlander fan, but the second one made zero sense. But the third and the ones after that were yes, the second one made zero sense.
it was horrendous. It's like,
Yes.
and they just moved on like it didn't happen. By the way, the
Yes.
pick is in
Smart
for the
decision.
Broncos guys.
Is
but
it
I
Amari
don't have
Hampton?
it yet. I don't have it yet.
I don't have it yet either. But they also made a show of it too, which is
Love the
Yeah.
show.
The show
Love
was
it.
good.
Love the show.
there
It was right up there at Renegade with Lorenzo Lamas back in the day.
By the way, fun fact: I have the katana Connor McLeod sword. I have the Scottish.
McLeod!
I have the
McLeod.
Scottish broadsword, and I actually had the Adrian Paul Highlander long black jacket thing that he wore back in the day.
Nice.
Yes.
Every time we talked about Nick McLeod, by the way, we did nonstop Highlander references.
100%.
That's great.
I just love the French guy played, the Scott.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Sean
Plays
Connery was
Spaniard.
spectacular with that. Let's have a Scottish guy play an Egyptian living in Spain, but keep
Yes.
the Scottish accent going.
Yeah, right.
That
Well,
just
did
makes
you know
all
the story behind why
Guys,
he
guys, here we go.
did Amari in Hampton?
Nope. Jade Barrett, corner out of Texas.
Wow, him and Surtain are going to be really
That
good.
is
Yeah.
a really good duo. And I'm
Wow.
telling you, I
That
think
defense
that's
was
what
pretty
it
good
is.
last year. That's a nice pickup.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's what this is that you're looking at, they're going, you know what, there's so many goddamn running backs later on. Do I really need to make this pick now?
Well, and you look
No.
at who there's in the division. They need corners to match up in that division, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, you can get a running back later on.
you can.
You can. This is a
Oh my
really good
God, he
running
looks
back
like he's
draft,
in
guys.
high school.
Who, the kid there? I don't know who the kid is yet.
Are the Steelers going to take Shador?
I was about to say that's the topic we got to have here. Is Shador Sanders
Yeah.
going to be a Steeler?
No. I mean, I know it's a rumor, but is there truth to
Rumor
it?
has it.
Is-
You know, watch. Okay, I'm going to throw it out there right now.
oh, geez, don't.
The
All right, I gotta
Steelers.
go, guys.
That's not funny. You gotta go. But the Steelers also lost Najee Harris. Would they go running back?
So
Najee Harris
good.
was a first round pick. It's not
he
like the
was,
Steelers don't.
but he didn't play like an elite first round.
No,
pick.
but I'm saying it doesn't. There's certain teams that I feel like will never draft a running back in the first round. The Steelers have proven they're not that team. So let's see. We're gonna find out here. But Barrett's an interesting pick.
I like it. I'm a big fan of that guy.
Yeah,
Big fan of that guy.
I definitely think he's a good player. I definitely think he's a solid pick. Again, I think he'll actually beat Porter as their number one corner. I like him that much. I also don't like Porter that much, to be honest with you guys. But
Porter.
oh, I'm on the Steelers now. I'm taking the Steelers. Oh my god,
Come on, man.
this is what happens when I work so many hours. Yeah, but he'll say number 2. Obviously, with Patrick Surtain there.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's a hell of a duo there. That's a really hell of a duo.
That is, and good luck passing on that team now. Seriously, that's the only thing that makes me question with Barron at all is the height. He is 5'11". I'd like to see a couple more inches on him, but you know,
That's what she said.
I've been told that before myself. So
Well done, Rob. I was thinking it, but
as I was saying it, I'm like, someone's gonna say something.
I was like, I don't know if I can say something.
Oh my god, it's
It's a
okay.
goofball
I told you.
show.
I told you. As long as we don't get demonetized, we're good.
I know.
We're very relaxed about that kind of stuff.
That's good.
We used to have open the show with just cursing nonstop, but then we realized YouTube didn't like that, so we stopped that.
Yeah, we used to have family therapy every time the Giants lost.
Yeah.
Oh,
Which
I can
was-
imagine.
Quite often, by the way.
Yeah, good lord. My God.
Oh my gosh, yes, it's kind of bad there. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's see here. I'm so curious in these Steelers now they're up. Like, are they going to do it? Are they going to shock the world and take Shador?
I mean, you got Mason Graham, and who's your other quarterback? Or Mason Rudolph, I mean.
Yeah, and they have Aaron
Apparently,
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers on the rope of possibly retiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say they're calling somebody right now.
Yeah.
They are calling somebody, but it's weird because nobody's standing except for the couple of guys.
Well, Shadur's not on the phone, so I don't think they're talking to him.
We're gonna find out here. Wikipedia doesn't know either. There's Dion, his gray beard. It's like he feels like the beard being gray makes him look wiser.
Maybe.
Yes,
I mean-
I like more of a sage now. I'm a football sage. I keep on
Man,
refreshing like nonstop on Wikipedia. Okay, guys, here we go. Guess what?
Is it Shador?
Derek Harmon, defensive tackle out of Oregon.
Wow. Good pick.
Oof.
I know some people
Shador
thought he might
Sanders.
go in the second round, but there was no way that was happening.
Okay, guys, here's what we got coming up here right now, and this
Who's
is where
on
the
the phone?
this is where the fun really happens.
Somebody's going to trade up.
Chargers don't need a quarterback. Packers don't need a quarterback. Vikings don't need a quarterback. Texans don't need a quarterback. Rams. Would
Possible.
Sean McVay be interested in Shador Sanders?
Yee.
I
Then
think
you
they like what's his name out of Georgia. Their
Stetson
backup.
Bennett?
Yeah.
Isn't he like 35 years old and about to retire?
That's a rumor.
You're
They
as
like him.
cold
That's what
as
I heard.
ice.
They like him a lot.
Then after them, you got Ravens, don't need a quarterback. Lions, don't need a quarterback. Commanders, don't need a quarterback. Bills, don't need a quarterback. Chiefs, don't need a quarterback. Eagles, don't need a quarterback. There's going to be a trade, or the Rams, or he's going to the second round. This is a Geno Smith moment. This
I
is a
mean,
Will
listen,
Levis moment.
it's nothing against Shador, but there wasn't quarterback needy teams.
Yeah.
There wasn't as many.
Well,
as
there
people
are,
thought.
but again, I don't think they like the class enough to be making that a need. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I mean, the Giants are quarterback needy to an extent.
the Giants
Cleveland,
are more. Yeah, Cleveland.
but I don't view
Again,
Cleveland
the
as quarterback
Steelers.
needy. I know I'm weird, but I don't. And yeah, Steelers potentially, but Steelers
We're needy. We're not desperate.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. I don't know.
I feel like this is
Maybe you get him in the second round. Who knows?
Oh my! If we get Shador Sanders in the second round,
I mean, that's great value.
oh
be
my
impressive.
God! Like
But
honestly,
would Cleveland take him ahead of us though?
I want a Lamar Jackson kind of trade to happen if that's the case, because someone's going to take him. Like Cleveland will not let him pass again.
No. So you got to get in front of Cleveland. So you got to trade with the Rams maybe, because they're never worried about first round picks. They went 6 years without a first round pick.
It's a very valid point there. I mean, obviously the Commanders probably won't trade with us. Maybe the Bills.
There was rumor that there was talks about the Commanders trading with us.
But would the Bills do it even? Would they go back to that, that
Bills
pipeline
like
they have in Buffalo?
They love trading out of the first round, the Bills.
Well, it's also, again, this is that draft that there's not a lot of players. Like, honestly, if you're a late first round pick, unless you really care that much about that 5th-year option, you're better off trading down, getting a player that's just as good probably, and getting an extra pick or two out of it.
Yeah, I mean, because that's all the thing was picks 10 to 50 were pretty equal, is what the rumors were, or what people were saying. So it's not bad.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's just this is it's a bigger drop than I expected. It really did. And the Chargers, you got to think again what they have going on. They're missing. Listen, Will Johnson, does he go play for his Harbaugh again? Didn't they lose Asante Samuel?
Yeah, I don't think he signed back. I don't think yet.
That's what I'm saying. So would they go Will Johnson then? I mean, obviously, listen, you don't even have to have a meeting with him. If you're Harbaugh, you know exactly who the hell he is.
I mean, Harbaugh he drafted his guys. He drafted like one or two of his guys last year, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right? And it
would make sense. It would really make sense.
I mean, they do need an edge because Bosa's not there. So, but who's the edge they could get there?
Let's see. Let's go to the list here. Who we got left?
Would Darius Alexander go that high to the Chargers?
No, I don't think
that's
so.
The guy I wanted for the second round for the Giants. That's really.
I think he'll drop for the third round. We had him at.
Yeah,
think he'll drop.
Yeah, I thought him, T.J. Sanders, those kind of guys would be guys for the Giants to look at in the third round. You got Pierce out of Tennessee. We talked about him earlier. He's still available. Yeah. Nick Skort is still available. Jack Sawyer out of Ohio State. Mike Green, who there's somebody who might fall in love with Mike Green out of Marshall.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's got to go first round, right?
We said first, second. Like he's not going to make it out the second round, but it depends because if it wasn't for the Senior Bowl, I would say second. But he looked really good in the Senior Bowl.
Yeah, he did. I'm surprised.
This is that year of small schools,
Yeah. Who's some certain guys? Man, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
There's got to be a trade in the first round. I mean, a guy's going to. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not. Wow, I'm really surprised. I really am.
Or do they go offense? Do they go for a weapon on offense? Who's their tight end? You still got Harold Fannin out of Bowling Green available. A lot of people liked him as a lead first round guy.
Yeah, I think he's a little overrated. Like I'm a fan, but
I think he's a receiver that's just playing tight end. And if he had those numbers as a receiver, he wouldn't be nearly the prospect he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just not big enough. What was his weight again?
Best available. You got Jihad Campbell.
I like Campbell a lot.
Yep.
I really do. Iman Wari, that's the box safety out of South Carolina. And box
Yeah.
safeties don't tend to go that quickly. There's Green right there. Starks is safety out of Georgia. Let's see. Where's the weight? Oh, yeah, here we go. Harold Fannin, 6'4", 230 pounds. He's basically DK Metcalf.
Mason Taylor could go to San Diego, maybe.
I'm wondering. Will Johnson? I'm just wondering. Like, I can see that.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, Harbaugh taking his guy makes a lot of sense.
I like him a lot, too. Like, I know he's more of a zone-dependent kind of guy, but the quarterbacks just avoided this kid when he was on game.
Yeah.
Like, if he's healthy, he is the best corner in this draft.
That might be the concern, that the injuries.
That's what I'm hearing. The injuries.
Yeah, because he had another one that came up too. So
yeah, I've heard the injuries was making him drop, but I still
especially as a corner. That's,
you know what? Maybe just give him a little time to heal up before you throw him out there. That's all there is to it. It's in the best interest. Let's see. We got still not up on Wiki. Wiki wow.
How many? We got 10 more picks to go in the first round.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We got another hour to go, probably.
Sweet.
Yes.
Why does he not sound happy, guys?
Oh, that did sound happy? That was meant to be happy.
I feel happy.
I'm so happy.
Sweet. Too sweet.
We're going to do arts and crafts. You're in my world now, Grandma.
Mister.
I can't wait for the sequel. I cannot wait for the sequel. Like, I feel like half the sequel is going to be just like, oh my God, it's this guy again from that movie. Like, that's going to be it for us.
Oh, for Happy Gilmore?
So happy. Oh, yes,
yeah.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore.
I was shut up like right around the corner from, well, I don't know. Close to New Jersey, everything's right.
What was that? You were shooting up? What was that?
What?
Whoa.
That
Hey,
movie was shut up like in Montclair and in some was in Monmouth County.
What's some of it in Monmouth County?
Yeah.
That is Monmouth County, New Jersey.
Jersey.
Home of the pork roll, egg, and cheese.
And
Don't give us that look,
Bagels.
Joker. You've had a pork roll, egg, and cheese in your life, have you not?
I have not, no.
Okay, there's a place in St. Pete called Taylor Ham. Sorry, Taylor Sam's.
Okay. Yep.
Taylor Sam's. There's one in Brick. True Jersey people call it Brick-tucky.
Okay.
And there's also one in St. Pete. I don't know why. They must have had somebody from the family move down there. So there is a spot you can go. Plus, Mazzaro's in St. Pete also sells pork roll, which is the only place I will call Italian in the entire Tampa Bay area. The best Italian market by far. Mazzaro's, if you're interested in a sponsorship, 2giantgoofballs at mail.com.
Give me the gabagoo.
Yeah, no, really, that place is amazing. Like, my wife loves going shopping there too, and I'll just go sit in at the coffee area. They make a beautiful, like, amazing white chocolate raspberry latte. Oh,
Did he just really say white chocolate raspberry latte?
I did.
Really
I
did.
I thought he was going to go cheesecake.
I'm
like,
secure.
Like that was the thing I was thinking. Like, all right, he's going to say they make a great white chocolate raspberry cheesecake.
No.
He said latte. Okay.
Latte. And then I go home with the meatball sub because their meatball subs are on fire and they're like $10 for a whole sub.
Ooh.
I'm like refreshing this nonstop to see what the Chargers take, by the way, because I feel like it should be coming up soon.
You would think the pick's been in for a while.
Seriously. They're just milking the clock in this thing. Let's show all three Chargers fans. Is it just me? Joker, have you ever been to the draft? I know some guys go to the draft. I know you guys one of your guys is there on the show at the draft, right?
Yeah, Spartan Mike's there. He's there tonight. He was in Detroit last year too. I have never been to a draft, but I'm gonna go at some point.
I've heard it's like the New Year's Eve thing. Like, you have to go ahead and like sit there for hours on end with a diaper basically to get a good seat.
Yeah,
I'm good with that.
I got it. It's a bucket list. I've been to the Hall of Fame. I went to one Hall of Fame ceremony.
I want to go when Eli goes in. That's what I'm waiting on.
I'm planning on doing it. I went when Joe Montana, Howie Long, Ronnie Lott got inducted in that class, which was an experience.
Hell of a class, that's for sure.
Yes, it was. Buddy that was a 49ers fan, he had extra ticket. He's like, you want to go? Yeah, I'll go to the Hall of Fame.
I'm just hoping that Eli Manning and Tom Coughlin both get in the same year. That'd be absolutely spectacular.
It would be. It should happen.
They should both be in, quite frankly.
They should.
Especially Coughlin.
He won 2 Super Bowls, and then what he did with Jacksonville as well. Like, you absolutely should be.
What he did with Jacksonville twice.
Right.
You
Right.
take out Jacksonville's record with Tom Coughlin in Jacksonville.
Right.
They have like 2 career wins.
By the way, look at Jay's comment at 10:28 p.m.
Some juicy dudes dropping to 34.
What in the hell?
And it's just meatball sub physique
That's you, Drew.
That's a couple bangers right there.
and mash. It's okay. I'm expecting.
Right. He's gonna be a soccer player.
I'm kicking.
Yes, Rob. All right.
This is called 42 right here. That's what that's called.
42. You're young. Holy shit.
42 meatball subs.
Damn straight. 42 pork roll, egg, and cheeses.
Uh,
Oh, here we go. The Rams are up right now. They're announcing it. Omari and Hampton.
that's
Omari
the Chargers.
Chargers.
Yeah.
Omari and Hampton.
They drafted a running back. Okay.
I did not see that one coming. He did not.
That's a
play for
hardball
the-
move, though. That's a hardball move.
He's explosive. He really is.
The league is going to get back to running backs and running the ball.
You know what? Here's the funny thing.
Okay.
A lot of that is because of what
I
happened.
don't laugh. It's not funny, by the way.
Okay. This chicken and there's this road. No.
Does he cross it?
He's already laughing. We're good in the clear no matter what.
There you go. You're
It's
good
like,
now.
I'm going to keep a straight face now before you even say the joke. No, but here's the weird thing about it. I shouldn't say funny. It's weird. Like everybody talks about the running back resurgence because of Saquon Barkley, and everything with Derrick Henry in Baltimore, But the teams they were on previously sucked. The teams they went to were good. That's what happens.
Yeah. Well,
Like, let's say, for example, that's like the equivalent of saying that, like, edge rusher is not an important thing, but Myles Garrett leaves Cleveland and goes to, the Eagles, and all of a sudden they're a great team. Like, no, the teams were great before these running backs got there. Like, don't look at the before and after record of the teams they came from, the teams they went to. They were left shitty teams.
All right, that's also not a fair statement because you can say that about any
Not a fair
position in
statement
the
that the Giants are a shitty team.
I didn't say that. I said it's a fair statement because you're saying, look at this position. This is a great player on a terrible team, goes to a good team, and makes the team great. You could be on an average team with a great player, and they become a better team, a good team, playoff team. Just to say that it's someone that's great on a shitty team that looks below average, and that great player goes to a good team and looks like a great team, and elevates that team that much more. It's not fair to say that position is not available.
Okay, would you say that the Eagles have been a Super Bowl contender for the last 5 years?
I understand what you're saying.
Oh, hold on. Hear me out. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
They are.
Would you say that the Ravens are a perennial playoff team for the last 5 years?
Yes.
So what changed?
The running back position. So, okay, hear this out. All right. Rams. He gets traded to the Rams.
Taking Switzerland of this thing, by the way. He's like, I'm not here.
Barkley goes to the Rams.
Yes.
Do the Rams go further into the playoffs?
Here's my whole thing. Barkley doesn't go to the Rams. He doesn't go to the Eagles. Do they still win the ring? It's very possible. It's not like they weren't a play. Yeah. My point.
I hear what you're saying, but just going off what you're saying too, like you have to be in position.
If you put Barkley on the Rams, did they beat the Eagles?
It's possible. They almost did.
But I'm saying,
Philly
they ended up the same exact place they were and losing to the Eagles in the playoffs.
But Philly went more run heavy than they did the year previous. Like they ran Barkley a lot, so it did help them, and it was that. But I also think what people don't realize is that NFL is cyclical, so coordinators are always going to adjust. So it went to a pass heavy league. Defenses adjusted. They went lighter at certain positions, faster.
Safety, linebacker, and all
that. So now they're like, okay, they're trying to stop the pass, so we're gonna run more. So it always comes back around. And that's
imagine Brandon Jacobs in this NFL.
Oh my God, he would kill. He would kill.
Could you imagine Eddie Lacy,
especially the size of these guys
at the Golden Corral?
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Jacobs is like Derrick Henry but bigger.
Yes. Well, and
and I think he's faster too, if I'm not mistaken, right? Wasn't he?
I don't know the timing, to be honest with you. I will just say that I would say he's like the Wish version of Derrick Henry.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
Jacobs
it's not an
really
offense to
good.
Jacobs. It's just the honest truth of how good Derrick Henry is. I mean,
Yeah. Jacobs. I remember as rookie because training camp used to be in Albany. So,
yeah.
there's a trade up somewhere. Oh, never mind. Somebody was hoping for it. I thought there was a trade up. But I remember
Packers
seeing.
are on the clock, by the way, guys. Packers are on the clock.
3 minutes left.
Who they gonna take? They gonna take a defensive guy?
It'd be the Packer way.
I mean, they lost Stokes. Maybe a linebacker. They wouldn't take Golden, would they? Would they take Marcus Golden? Would they take a receiver?
I just don't think he's good enough. That's the problem. Like, you already have, like we said this before on the show, where like the Packers have a whole bunch of number 3 wide receivers.
Right.
That's what Golden is to me. Like, if you had a difference maker, sure, why not?
I mean, he ran really fast at the combine. He's got really good hands. He's a good route runner.
Like, obviously, think fast, be fast, but still.
I mean, I'm higher on him than you are, but I watched him a lot.
Whoa!
I'm
I
biased.
get insinuation. The
No,
insinuation. He's like, I
I'm a
actually watched
Texas.
the tape.
I'm a Texas fan, so I watched the games, so like all the games.
I see how it is.
So I'm a little biased.
Last time we invite Joker on the show, he insults us.
First and last time.
Hey, you're welcome back.
Thank you, Rob. I like you, Rob.
Yeah. Jason's now as a guest. See, guests. Yeah. And here we're gonna sing a song for you at the end of this that was originally sung by a candelabra and a clock, but okay. There goes all your Disney songs gone.
Listen, I broke my chair for you guys tonight. I'm still mad it's broken.
I have been known to break onto random Disney songs. In fact, we took over a karaoke bar one time doing Disney songs. We did like 12 Disney songs.
Don't say we, you.
You weren't. We meaning the people I was with. Yes, Rob did not go to that particular because he was in Jersey.
That's classic.
But yeah, we did like 12 karaoke songs in a row of Disney tunes, and eventually some like biker got up and screamed and left. It was hilarious.
That's great.
Yeah.
There's actually a bar in Ybor that would do karaoke, and they would do theme nights sometimes, and they did a Disney theme night.
Okay. There we go.
Is in.
There's the Corner Bar in Largo, which is closed right now because they got a fire, but that place is an amazing karaoke bar.
Yeah, this was a double decker, whatever it was called down there in Ybor.
Doppelganger?
Yeah.
Hey.
All right. Pick is in, as Rob said here, but they have not said it yet on Wikipedia.
All right. Let's see.
Wicka, wow. Now, they're going to go crazy because keep in mind, this is at Lambeau Field.
Yes. And there's a lot of people.
There's a lot of cheeseheads here.
Yeah.
As you'd expect, obviously. Oh, my gosh.
Who is it?
Guess what?
The Matthew Golden?
Matthew Golden, wide receiver out of Texas.
Oh,
called it.
They just
long snapper, got it.
Called it.
They just love their number 3 wide receivers.
Pretty much.
Man, come on, he's better than that.
Be right back, guys.
He is one of the overrated players. Again, I'm not trying to hate on him.
You think he's overrated?
I think he's overrated.
Wow.
I do.
Okay. What don't you like about him?
I just don't like the production overall wasn't there for me enough, and I'm a big on the production guy when it comes to. I want to. If you can't dominate in college, how am I supposed to expect you to be able to dominate later on at the next level?
Don't forget Xavier Worthy was there at the same time as him.
Yeah, I know. I think he had some drops as well at some key points. Again, you're a Texas fan. You watched more Texas film than I did. I thought he struggled a little against bigger, more physical corners as well. Which to me in the NFL, once you find a flaw like that, that's who you're getting. That's going to cover you.
Yeah,
you have to figure that out. And yeah, listen, every prospect has an issue. Like I'm not trying to say this. The rest here's these other perfect prospects with no issues whatsoever. Like, obviously, they all have a flaw. Things they have to work out in the NFL.
Yep.
I just feel like that's a big one for me. Is the corner thing, the big corners, because they're just going to put the most physical corner they possibly can on him, and he's going to have to figure their way around that. Or he's never going to succeed. Point blank.
Probably line him in the slot. move around, do some things like that. I just think his speed. I think he get better with his hands. I also
Yeah.
think because with Worthy there and with Bond there initially, he got overlooked a little bit. So or the production kind of hurt from that. But when Bond was out, his production stepped up.
Yeah. I mean,
So
yeah.
and he was the only guy, right? Like he was the guy. When Bond
Yeah.
was out, there was really nobody else. So
But if you think about it with Reed and Dobbs and Wicks, they have like so many like wide receiver threes. They
yeah.
just added another one.
Well, maybe they don't like wide receiver. When's the last time outside of Devontae Adams, Green Bay's had a wide receiver one?
They've usually had a wide receiver one because they've had enough good quarterbacks. They just develop one.
Well, like I said, Devontae Adams was the last wide receiver one there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
I just, I don't know.
uh,
Christian Watkins, I thought was going to be better than he was for them. I thought he was going to be good. I mean, he's good for where they got him for value wise.
right.
I thought he's going to be one of those like small school guys to come up and just wreck it.
I'm curious to see what the Packers fans' reaction is going to be.
Let's see. We're going to find out.
Yes.
The Vikings are up next, by the way, guys.
The Vikings, they're going to take a quarterback.
There we go. There he is. It's a nice golden suit.
They haven't drafted a wide receiver since 2002 in the first round.
No, I mean the first round. That would make sense. Okay, I'm saying
first round. Yeah,
they've drafted a lot of them, like third round, fourth round.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what he said. Since 2002, so over 20 years.
Yeah,
fans are going nuts. They love the pick.
They just get nuts no matter what. Like I said, there's a lot of people that like him. I get it. So I'm not trying to say there's not,
No, it's all good. It's all good. You can.
There's a lot of people who like him. I just to me, I look at with the production, and that just scares me.
Wow, and his suit looked green and gold. Did he know? Is that black and gold or green and gold?
Black and gold.
All right. Oh, it was just the green lights shining on it.
It'd be funny if he did.
Yeah.
I always said if I was ever a player, I'd love to get like 32 suits made up.
With
and
just
like, and no, to just pick the suit as I get picked.
Yeah, with the color.
It'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, put it in the back room somewhere so no one sees it. Yeah, like I said, good player. Just I don't think he's going to be first round talent. I think he's a day 2 talent personally.
I mean, it's pick 23, so you're close to second round, right?
And like we said as well, the 1 through 50 is just not that much difference.
Yeah. I mean, really, it was the top 3 guys in the draft. Well, I'm not counting Ward. There was the 2 standout guys were Hunter and Carter.
Yeah,
like, those were the 2, and then everybody else was just kind of after them, right?
Yeah. Let's see who would the Vikings select because they're next. I gotta imagine.
I got a corner.
They always need a corner. They've needed a corner for like 30 years. I feel like.
Maybe they go Will Howard.
Will Johnson.
Or Will Johnson. Yeah.
They might go Will Howard. Who knows? Not the quarterback. What the hell?
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
Hey, who's their starting quarterback now?
JJ McCarthy. Assuming he's healthy.
Assuming he's healthy. Who else do they have?
I don't even know who their backup is. They signed somebody. I forget who.
I mean, I know they're really high on JJ. I mean, before he got injured last year, they were really high on him.
Yeah, they were really high to like JJ, but that's a whole separate issue. He's the only quarterback on the roster, according to ESPN.
Wow.
So they really do like him and trust that he's going to come back healthy from this. That's kind of crazy to me. I am not trusting anything. There he is.
It's golden. Look at that.
Whoops. Where'd it go? I'm trying to remember which button I pressed to have this happen.
Oh, geez.
Where'd it go?
Where'd it go? Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. There we go. I found the button. So many moving around.
Everywhere.
I was getting dizzy.
It was like what's that game with the ball in the cup? Shit, what's it called?
2 Girls, 1 Cup.
Fantastic game. No one's a winner.
We broke Joker. We broke him.
I was not ready for that one.
No one wins in that game.
I was not ready for that one.
Entertaining.
Wow.
You know what's the sad thing is that video is old enough. Those women are probably mothers now.
They might be grandmothers.
Oh, jeez.
They're probably like mothers with like teenagers that are having kids soon, but you know.
You got to figure what's 20 years old at this point.
Are they from?
It's gotta be.
Are they from Florida? Because that's like a Florida thing. That seems like a Florida.
You know, I would Google the age of the video, Rob, but I really don't want that in my search history.
No, neither do I.
This is what an incognito
I didn't want
mode
it
is
the
for.
first time.
I didn't want to do it the first time. Listen, everybody was curious back then and watched it once. It's okay.
Yeah.
You can admit it.
Well, it's also
Plus-
back in the day when you first had internet on your phone. It's like, what's going on? What? No. Yeah. Oh.
Oh my! Yeah, that was nasty. That was nasty.
Why is this shaped like ice
We're
cream?
gonna add that to the list of things we didn't think we'd talk about tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. Holy cow. Whew.
Joker's like, this takes me back. Remember watching that video over and over again?
It was on a 10-hour loop.
Then I go to Hooters.
Well,
I had it on a
why would they
DVD.
serve ice cream at Hooters?
DVD. I don't think that was out on DVD.
I downloaded it from LimeWire.
Oh, LimeWire. Oh my god. Look at the
Uh.
LimeWire. Napster.
Napster. Oh my god, yeah.
What was after LimeWire? It was Cold Wire or something like that.
I forget. There was one I used to use that I downloaded so many things. It's not even funny. Like
Yeah,
I literally had
LimeWire was
terabytes worth of videos and stuff like that.
Left it on. Allegedly, I left it on an external hard drive.
Yes. What,
I
Two
got
Girls, One Cup or the movies?
You're right.
Just the movies.
Okay, just checking.
I liked LimeWire better than Napster. Like
By the
LimeWire
way-
had so many- I downloaded some
Guys.
great songs.
Guys,
The pick is in.
the pick is in.
Fit in. Oh, look at that.
Donovan Jackson, guard out of Ohio State.
Oh, okay.
He's a guard.
Wow, you went in the
Sure.
first round.
I-
Wow.
Yeah. You know what?
Wow.
I like the pick though. I like him, especially because I feel like he was playing a little obviously out of position this year. Yeah, it's a good
Huh?
pick.
Let me see what we got here.
That brings up the Texans, guys. The Texans.
So there's a rumor out that the Giants are trading up with the Texans, $34.99 and a future third.
We'll find out. Yeah, that's a source. The Giants have just traded up. I'm seeing
They
this.
did. It's definitely it's on the
Shador?
TV, on the Googles.
Is it Shador? I'm gonna.
Oh
I
my
got
God.
the Shador move
This
down.
is insanity.
It might be
This is
Sidor.
insanity. Oh my!
Guys,
It,
let me
better
see
not
what
be
we
Dart.
got here.
If it's Dart, I'm gonna flip like you would not believe, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I'm trying to see what it is.
Well, I don't think anyone thought.
My
would be it.
Garofolo said they're on the clock. They're on the
They
clock.
are in the clock. You see,
They
Giants.
showed it, yep.
I'm watching live right now. Giants.
Yep.
It's got
4 minutes,
listen,
10 seconds.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be
Gotta
this
be.
guy. It's gotta be this guy. That's the Shador
Well-
move right there. I need to
Oh
get
my
my
God.
watch.
No one thought Sidor was going to be on the.
Dude,
Good.
Carter and Sanders. Is that not like a killer draft?
Oh my
And
God!
you still have a third rounder.
I'm gonna be ecstatic if this is it here,
You
guys.
still have a third round where you can get your D lineman.
I'm gonna be absolutely. We got 2 third rounds.
Well, we
Did we-
traded one
Oh,
away.
okay, we're trading one of them away. Okay, sorry, I didn't
So
hear.
we
I'm
traded away
looking.
90. We traded away 99, but we still have 65, which is a good spot to be.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying,
I
guys.
like that.
If it's Dart, I'm gonna flip out like you would not believe.
I got friends texting me saying the same thing. Wait, can I swear in here or no?
Yes, you can swear, just not that
Okay.
often. That's the
So
rules of
I
YouTube.
had people saying it better be fucking Shador. I got
Giants
friends-
get 25, Texans get 34.99, and next year. So yeah, okay. So yeah, they have one third
Why are
rounder.
they hugging Dart?
It can't be Dart. It can't be fucking
Yeah.
Dart.
Tyler Shock, no.
Oh my god! dude,
Right?
don't even put that shit out there. Kyle McCord.
The guy's more of a gray beard than we are. Makes me look young.
Jesus Christ! Jordan Schultz just put out that it's Jackson Dart to the Giants.
I'm gonna flip my shit if I'm just saying right now, if that's what happens.
39 seconds ago.
Oh my God! Please no. Please no. It's
He
yeah,
can't be.
Right.
Is the pick in? No, it's not in yet. Oh,
not in
fuck.
yet. I'm looking. I'm telling you right now.
No.
Somebody put Shador Sanders right now. Put a picture of Will Levis. Oh, this is crazy, guys. I am very curious to see what's going to happen here. Please tell me Shador. And don't get me wrong, it's not that I love Shador. It's that I really don't want Dart.
Yeah.
For the record, I'm okay with getting Shador in this kind of thing.
It's gonna be. Wow.
It's gotta be me. No.
Craig's gonna be happy.
We'll see. Is it why he like Dable?
Hey, the pick is in.
Like Dart.
Pick is in.
Like Dart a lot. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, he's a big fan. Well, his son likes him. So.
Okay, guys.
Dart.
Jackson Dart gets picked before Shador Sanders after all the damn work the Giants did. Oh my God, guys. This is like
I don't know how to feel about it.
I'll tell you how I feel. I feel like this is a shitty move. Point blank. This is we got the third best quarterback in this draft. The poorest draft of quarterbacks since the Kenny Pickett one. And we didn't even get the second best one when he's sitting there. That's a bad move, guys. This is like us trying to replicate Eli Manning again, I feel like. This is the same mistake we made with DJ.
Yeah.
And I've said on our show plenty of times, he is DJ 2.0. Point blank. I really hate this move, guys. And I'm hoping to learn to be like a sound edit later on with like, look at this idiot. Like I really hope I'm wrong. I will root for this kid like you would not believe. But God, Jackson Dart. And there's Shador Sanders talking right now, going, I can't believe they didn't take me either.
He's going to Cleveland.
Oh my God, this is insanity.
All right, so here's my thought. I don't like it either. However, so I have two thoughts. Do we think this is? I hate saying this, but well, they look excited. I think.
Yeah, they
Does Shane look excited?
No one looks upset when they just traded up for a player.
Is it wrong to say could this be a Mara influence?
No, I don't think it is.
Okay.
I think there was a lot of back and forth between, you know, the two quarterbacks, Shador and Jackson Dart.
Yep.
But yeah, this is definitely crazy. I cannot believe this. Shador Sanders. If you had imagine telling me like a month ago that Shador Sanders would be on the board at pick 25, the Giants would trade up and take Jackson Dart.
Who was going to take him?
Shador? Got to
be
a Brown now.
Who was going to take Dart or Shador? One of those guys was going to be there in round 2.
The Browns.
Like the Browns were going to take Dart?
It had to been the Browns. There's been a lot of rumors. I think LPG all over the screen now. There's a lot of rumors that about Shador Sanders and the way he came off of interviews, and people just didn't like his personality at all.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit too much of his dad in him without the talent level to be there. That's the problem. I just feel like Jackson Dart has trouble reading defenses. He has trouble throwing at the anticipation. Like, this is not what we needed, guys. Well, you
see the size of his spectacles? Like, of course he has problems.
His spectacles? Wow. I can't believe this one.
I mean, here's what I will say. I'm shocked, too, because with the amount of time they spent with Shador, like, it just blows my mind. But I will say this. I mean, he impressed the hell out of me in that Georgia game. Playing injured and doing what he did, like, that was impressive. Like, so I can see
there he upside. Is.
But, I mean, Jay, just to your point right there, like, the amount of time they spent with Shador also shows, like, yeah, you may have liked something. They also probably see something they really don't like as well.
You got to wonder, is this an Eli thing? Eli loves some Jackson Dart.
I mean, it could also be that as well. But, like I'm saying, like, you spend all that time with Shador. Like, Eli has a lot of pull with the Giants, but at the same time, he's not the coach. He's not the GM. He's not the owner.
Right.
But listen, I think we all know that there are people within the circle that, you know, that just point blank have a lot of say in what goes on. And I think this is a lot of this Eli influence. And like I said, I hope I'm wrong. But I feel like when we drafted Daniel Jones, like, oh, he's the next
Falcons
Eli
on the
Manning.
clock.
He's the Eli Manning clone.
I
You know,
know.
and Jackson Dart, don't get me wrong, he's not Eli Manning. He doesn't play like him. He's a lot more mobile than he is at that point. He's a lot more athletic, obviously.
He
But
is.
you're getting another Ole Miss quarterback that pretty much was
That's gonna be a narrative that's out there, unfortunately. But again,
There's
if
Chris
Dayball
B in
wants
the
him,
background, by the way.
I'm gonna say this: Dayball wanted Stroud, or he was high on Stroud. He was high on Jane Daniels. If this is the guy, then you know what? So be it. I mean, he's all right. Yeah, Dayball's pretty frigging excited. So
They said Dable liked him a lot. They said Dable actually was actually the one not high on
Shador,
on Jackson Shador Sanders. Yeah,
yeah,
that he
Yeah.
wanted Jackson Dart. That's the rumors I was hearing.
yeah, he's pretty
So
excited. So if he's happy about it, then I'm good with it. Like my initial, I said this the other day. Like I'm gonna be disappointed. I'm gonna flip out, and I'm gonna be rational. Then I'm gonna flip out again, and then in a couple days I'll be logical and be like, okay, yeah, this is Dayball's guy. They got their guy.
So I'm
he's
not
like,
I'm not that upset by them trading up to get Dart, right? So if Dave was that convinced that Dart is better than Shador,
Yep.
They didn't take Shador at number 3. Like if they think Dart is better and they picked a duel, they went back, they got the quarterback they thought is the better pick or fit.
Yep.
yeah,
For us in the future, like it's not the worst thing. Like, I should say it's not the worst thing. It's like it's a good thing. Like you got your coaching staff that got you a great piece on your defense, got you what should be your franchise, quarterback, or quarterback that's going to lead you in the future. And you didn't waste your number 3 pick on a quarterback you didn't feel that's,
I mean, to me, you didn't give up a lot at all. You gave up 2 third-round picks basically to get him.
Yeah.
You gave up a second, a third, and a third next year. That's
no, we don't get Josh Shizudu. Like, how many third-round picks don't pan out?
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that part of it. I'm not upset about the picks. I'm upset about who we took. And again, we talked about this before when we talked about Abdul Carter. We said Giants fans are not going to be watching what happens. By the way, another trade. Wow.
Atlanta traded?
Atlanta traded up
26th overall pick and a third pick gives up.
You guys are too busy worried about Shador. I said that
pick
before.
And next year's first. So you know what's happening. Shador Sanders to the Falcons. But my whole issue is that is that if Shador Sanders is good now, let's say hypothetically he balls out and has a good season or overall has a good career, he's going to be compared now to everything Jackson Dart does now. Now it's not even about Carter. Now it's about Jackson Dart.
100%.
It's a lot of pressure on Dart now.
I mean, here's what there is, because they traded for him, so that tells you he's who they wanted, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'll get that. And I will say this: I did think if Dart sat a year, he would be good, but he needed that year to sit.
He's got it,
right?
He
should touch the field. He should be the emergency third quarterback all season long.
Yeah. Yes.
I almost don't want to play in the preseason even because we're going to overanalyze it like hell. And it's us even. It's not even like the fans will do it too as well. But I think all of his content sure as hell will.
The pick is in. Falcons got the pick.
James Pierce Jr.
Where's the music?
No, I'm saying they were showing him on the screen, and guess what? James Pierce Jr. is the pick.
Wow, so they got 2 linebackers. They're gonna okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's a good move.
Ravens are on the clock.
And the Giants have traded up to get Shador Sanders again. All the quarterbacks. Who would have thought it'd be sandwiched by the Falcons though?
I got people messaging me. I got some people excited. I got some people like, what the hell?
Yeah, like I said, I don't hate the pick overall because you got a quarterback. And listen, we've said all along, you can't judge Brian Daboll and Joe Shane. They haven't gotten their quarterback. Well, guess what? Now you got your damn quarterback. There's no excuse.
Well, when you pay DJ, you got your quarterback, but now that you draft your quarterback.
And you know what? And I hate to say negative things like this because I want to be positive. It's draft night. But when he fails and they fire Shane and Dable, there's no excuse. And we didn't lose a lot of picks in the process.
I mean, let's look at it realistically. We got Carter and Jackson Dart. It's really not bad. It's really
No, like I'm okay with the picks. It's
Yeah.
just if you told me that I was going to get a chance to trade down to 25 and take Shador Sanders,
I know. So there's something they saw they don't like.
a lot of people didn't
There's
like.
a lot.
Apparently,
I wonder if it's they don't want the media scrutiny.
the
Like, or
entourage, the
Do you
attitude.
think it's? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Dude. I really don't know. I'm shocked. Like, you spent a lot of time with that dude. A
Yeah.
lot of time.
And
Like,
like
you
they were
spent
like buddy and
but,
everything.
I have to
apparently.
I have to keep going back to it. Like, you're trying to figure out if that's your dude. You spent a lot of time with him. Like, was he that much better than Dart? Is what I have to go back to. It's like, did they really think was his off the screen, like off the field antics, like even though he's not that crazy, like, but everything he brings off the field was that much better than what Dart brings on the field compared to what he brings on the field. So, like, you spend all this time kind of trying to figure out who you want to be your next quote unquote franchise quarterback to be in this draft. Kind of like sums it up. Like, you spend all the time just to make sure, I guess, Shador is not your guy. And to make sure, like, you weren't rushing after fool's gold. The only question is Dart's fool's gold?
Oh my God, Antonio breaking tackles there says officially turning into a Jets fan. Oh my gosh, I'm like I said, I'm shocked by him. I did not like Jackson Dart at all. Like I thought there's players that are going to be available on day 2, day 3 that I think were better. I'm not a Dart fan. I'm still in shock over this. Again, I wanted them to select him if that's what they wanted. Let me be very clear on that. I'm not mad they picked him. I just don't think it's the right pick. I really don't. I like a quarterback that can read defenses. And I feel like that's the problem. This is the equivalent of that like guy like we talk about on a lot of other positions that like is really physical, really athletic. You see the potential, but you don't see it necessarily on the field all the time. And that's what I feel like of him. And Lane Kiffin offense isn't necessarily pro-friendly either.
I mean, Daboll puts his quarterbacks through a lot when he meets with them.
Yep. So
I'm going to trust that he thinks that Dart can read a defense and develop them over a year. So I wanted Shador. I mean, that was my guy. I really did. I don't hate Dart. I just thought Shador was better. But I do like Dart. Like
I don't hate Dart
I'm
either.
I'm not mad at the pick. I'm shocked at the pick.
Are you Tyler shocked at it?
I am. Yeah, I'm just glad it's not Tyler Shook was the pick.
But
I mean, looking at Daboll's reaction, like he was happy as shit. So he was happy with Neighbors. He was happy with Carter. So if our head coach is happy, I mean, listen, if he's happy and he's excited about it, dude, like he got Neighbors right? Like not a lot of people had Neighbors as the number 1 wide receiver.
We did.
But,
yeah.
Okay.
These two goofballs.
You had him over Harrison Jr.?
We did actually. Okay. What we said is Harrison's a safer pick, but Neighbor had the higher ceiling.
Yeah. So and he thought he was a dog. And listen, Dart's got a little dog in him too. Like he's got that fire that I think Daboll likes. So maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe Shador didn't have that fire because he is calm, cool, and collected. You know what I mean?
And can Russell Wilson be a mentor to him? I think Jameis Winston sure is a guy who'll be a mentor to him.
To who? To Dart?
Yeah.
I think both these guys. I think they're going to bring in both their experiences. I mean,
well, I just don't know how. Like sometimes you get guys on the back end of their career that were stars, and they're kind of like, "No, I'm not going to teach you to take my job." You know, like they get that mentality. I hadn't heard any issues with Russell Wilson with Justin Fields last year, but I didn't hear anything positive or negative. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't really much as far as the relationship between those two as far as that.
Didn't he come off like when he talked with the Giants, like about coaching a new or teaching a new quarterback coming in? Was that like part of the rumors? I just want to hear that.
There's a lot of rumors. That's the problem. There's rumors. You know. By the way, the Ravens are being all happy. So
Big Sen.
Of course, they're going to be happy because they did a Raven move. Malachi Starks, the safety out of Georgia.
Nice.
So, yeah, I mean, not a bad move. I wouldn't think that was exactly the position of need, but that's what the Ravens do. They just take the best player they can on defense.
I know.
Why take a wide receiver? Their quarterback doesn't throw to them.
Yeah, right.
Remind me again, is it just round 2 tomorrow, or is it round 2 and 3?
Round 2 and 3.
Yeah,
We got
3.
2 and 3.
So we went from having 3 picks to 1 pick tomorrow.
Yes.
It's gonna be less eventful.
So Rob and I will be on for 4 hours with 1 pick.
Oh my goodness.
And who knows? Maybe we trade down and try to get the pick back.
Who knows? Maybe we trade out.
Did you see Kevin? Did you see Kevin D's comment there at 11:10?
No.
I did not hear that before.
What?
So he said, supposedly Dayball gave each quarterback a series of plays a week before meeting to study, and Shador didn't do his homework.
Oh, that's my father even.
Yeah.
I missed his comment.
That's your dad?
Yes.
Oh, legit. I did not hear that. I don't know where he got that from, but that's the first I heard that. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, that makes sense then if you don't do
where the
that.
Giant fandom comes from.
Okay, good man. I get it from my dad too. So my dad's like, well, I don't know what he was doing, but he's like, well, text me who the Giants pick. So
yeah, no. Listen, again, if that's who they liked, that's fine. I'm not going to hate the move. I just hope he didn't take a quarterback for the sake of taking a quarterback. That's my only concern. You know what I mean? Like, I really will hope that's a genuine him being excited kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, Dable's also the guy that's he does not have a good poker face. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, well, he shows his emotions. I think it's pretty clear looking at the sidelines.
Yeah,
and Dart's a guy that fits into that same thing. Like,
yeah,
he's an emotional guy, so I think you kind of get that. So I'm gonna see how I feel about the pick tomorrow. I'm just in shock. Like, again, I'm not angry. I'm not mad. I'm just shocked because I really thought Shador was going to be their guy. I thought they really liked him.
Yeah.
Well, I thought this was a possibility because Shador was not going to be on the board.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
It's like, oh.
But you know what this also means is there's leaks in the building now again.
Oh, there's always some leaks in the buildings.
Yeah, but it hadn't been for the 3 previous years.
Yeah. By the way, my dad just texted me exactly what to put in there. But yeah, it's like I said, it's like I said, I want to be positive about it. Like, he's the quarterback. We gotta support him. We gotta support him. It's just,
and he's not going to be playing this year, so we got time to wait.
And the nice thing is, let's be very frank about this. If he could be the Josh Rosen 2.0 if he sucks this year in practice, like, this does not stop them getting a quarterback next year, guys.
No,
because we gave up 2 third rounds, and one of the third rounds was this year. We're only short 1 third rounder next year.
Right.
That's why I'm saying I don't hate the trade. If this
you gave up a second round and a third round. A guy in the first round. So
the cost. It was cost effective.
Here's my thing. We said it before about, like, if Shador's your guy, take him at 3. You know, and I'll stand by that. If he was your guy, take him at 3.
Yep.
He was obviously not the guy.
He was not the guy. So they made the move they thought was the best, which I'm okay with. They took the most physically talented player in this draft. Then they turned around and got the guy they preferred over Shador later on.
Yep.
I can't complain. I really can't. Yeah. Like I said, I'm it's not my guy, but they didn't give up much at all to get this guy. And that's the
not
big thing.
Not at all.
And I still
don't have the inside information like they do. So, like,
I still think somebody would have jumped up. And from what I'm hearing right now, according to what I'm hearing, I'm literally reading this on the closed captioning. I shouldn't sound like Adam Shatner over here.
I got sources.
My sources is the NFL Network. They're saying that the Saints are trying to trade up right now
to take Shador.
And you got to think that's who they would take. But so, because I'm already seeing people on Giants Twitter going, "Oh, who was going to take? We could have had Dart at 34." You don't know that.
Yeah, you don't.
You don't know that, and you gave up a couple of third-round picks, guys.
Yeah, And it was
That's
the
fair.
later. It was the later of the third round pick this
Yeah, I
year.
was about to say.
Yeah, it was practically
Which
a
is
fourth.
95.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the comp pick.
Yeah, it was a comp pick, which is good. So you still got a 65, which is going to get you a really good D lineman. So you can get the D lineman that you wanted at 65, or whoever else
Exactly.
you want.
Exactly. Like I said, I'm 100% there with you on that. Now let's look at this. I want to put this in perspective to people.
Okay.
Third round draft picks the Giants have had lately the last couple of years.
It's not good.
Okay, Drew Phillips, obviously. Okay, yeah. If you're telling me I'm giving up 2 Drew Phillips, I'm not too happy with that. But that's not the typical scenario. Before Drew Phillips, third round pick in 2023, Jalen Hyatt. That's worked out well. Third round pick before that, Josh Azudu, Aaron Robinson, Matt Pert, O'Shane Zimenez,
Yeah.
Lorenzo Carter, Davis Webb, Darian Thompson. Yeah. You guys okay with giving up 2 Darian Thompsons?
I'm fine with what they give up. I don't think they give up a lot at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm just saying.
I
I'm
don't
already
think
seeing.
pick- I
I'm
don't
already
think
seeing
pick
goes
on
in.
Giants Twitter going
That's
nuts
good.
about it, and that's why I'm just saying that because I feel like they're already like, oh,
Yeah.
we would have got him tomorrow. Who cares? You gave up like nothing. I feel like, listen, I may not like the player, but I feel like there's a certain part of the Giants fandom that just loves to complain.
Oh yeah.
No matter
they're
what,
gonna
there's a
complain no matter
complaint.
what. Yeah.
By the way, guys, guess what?
They would have complained.
Oh,
if
Jesus.
Sanders
Like I
did
just
it.
said, 3 guys.
Tyleek Williams, defensive tackle, Ohio State, the Lions.
That's a Lions pick right there. That's a
Yeah.
Dan Campbell pick right there.
Yeah. Good player. I thought he was going to go second round myself, but
Your dad is saying the Saints wanted Dart as well.
yeah.
Rumor has it.
Rumor has it. Again, this is what I'm saying. Like people are acting like on Giants Twitter that this is like, like this is crazy. We could have got him in the second round. You don't know. Like we can't be upset we gave up 2 for third round picks. Like you said, Joker, the second of our third round picks, we still have 1.
Yeah.
We got and we guaranteed we got the quarterback that our coaching staff wanted. Like that's
That's
like
what
I said,
you want. He got his guy. That's what you want. Like how many times do we said they've yet to get their guy? This is their guy. We don't know. Like it's not us to like. We can give opinions, whatever else. But listen, Brian Dable knows a hell of a lot more than anyone of us here know, right? So,
and I just feel like I may not like the pick, but I'd rather have them take the guy that I didn't like as much than the guy that they didn't like as much. You know what I'm saying?
I'd rather them feel confident with the person they think they could develop than the person we think they could possibly be without stepping into the conversation of developing them.
And Rob, what did we say all off season long? Even back to when the season was still going on and we did our scouting report way back then for Shedeur Sanders. We said the most important part about Sanders is the meetings. And we can't be a part of that. So it's hard to fully evaluate him because you hear so many things. Well, it seems like nobody liked his meetings.
Apparently, it seems like I guess unless his dad was there at the meetings, didn't go so well.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it ourselves. Like, it's a little scary because he's leaving the nest, basically. He's not just coming to the NFL. He's leaving the nest. His dad has been holding his hand his whole life. High school, college, both stops. Like, he's never been on his own.
Which, I mean, who knows? Maybe his dad follows him because he's that good. But at the same time, it's like, all right, like, does he exceed only because his dad's there, or does he have that talent of being that second round pick?
Like, this whole thing is crazy. Like I said, I like the fact though that no matter what happens, Jackson Dart can sit for the whhole year. You don't have to force him out there, and in fact, you shouldn't force him out there.
And that's what we said from the get-go. So, like when we picked up these players, and everyone talked about like we're not getting a quarterback in this draft. Drew, you and I both said like that's crazy. Like we're definitely getting a quarterback of the future in this draft, and this gives us the ability to sit the future quarterback, this coming up year. And
Yeah.
you could either put in Winston or you put in Wilson.
I'm just looking right now to see if there's any more rumors about what's going on with Shador. Me and Joker are both just on X.
X going to give it to you.
X going to give it to you.
It's just,
Where my
it's like,
dogs at?
it's just, like I said, it's the whole thing is just absolutely crazy.
It's gonna be divided. Like I think people are just shocked because you spent a lot of time with Shador. Like you really like.
Well, I mean, Shador was coming out last year, and everyone was like talking about him. Like, right, like last year, what was he? Barely made the top 10 of possible picks.
Oh,
he made it to some people's 10s, not everyone's 10s, and he was a junior, so obviously he did a smart thing. He waited, a year later, and this is where he probably should have gone from the get-go. If anything, if he would have went last year, he would have won in the third round. Well, last year.
Second round. Yeah, I think they most people
last year he probably would have went 32 because
who knows what the quick quarterback were last year. Dan Duggan, who obviously covers the Giants for The Athletic, said that the Giants dipped into the future to get ahead of the Rams.
Rams are going to take Dart, huh?
And then he put in parentheses. Then he put in parentheses there, and the Browns and the Saints. So
interesting,
John. No one's ignoring you.
Man,
my God.
Yeah, like I said, it's interesting what's going on. It really is. Like, apparently, everybody basically had Jackson Dart as quarterback number 2.
Yeah, so interesting.
Yeah, like I said, I don't hate the trade. I just hope that it works out.
No,
as a Giants fan, that's all I hope is that it works out.
And I think you're gonna have that D tackle there in the third and that third round at pick 65. You'll be able to get that D tackle there if they want to go that route. You could even get a D tackle in the 4th round. To be honest, with how deep this D tackle class is,
we talked about D tackles being a bit because I said I want 2 defensive tackles in this draft.
Yeah,
because it's just such a good. I want 2 defensive tackles and I want a running back. And I hate going into any kind of draft saying this is what I need, but it's what I need. TJ Sanders, Darius Alexander still available. Deion Walker out of Kentucky still available. Alfred Collins.
Yep.
And Omar Norman Lott. Jordan Phillips. Hopefully not Joshua Farmer, but I know someone's going to take him probably in that 2nd to 4th round kind of range. The way things are going.
You got TJ Sanders out of South Carolina.
Yep.
I mean, you got guys like there's plenty of guys that we'll see the run in round 2. So be interesting to see how it goes. Who do the Commanders take? Who do the Commanders take?
Commanders take Josh Connolly Jr. out of Oregon, tackle.
Oh, our D line is going to eat him up.
It depends on what's
he
going on. He
struggled at the Senior Bowl.
He's a really good pass blocker, though.
But he struggled at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
Against pass rushers.
I mean, at least
I
watched him. He looked pretty good in pass coverage. He looked like better than anybody else I watched in pass coverage. His run blocking was not good.
Yeah, well, at the one-on-ones at Senior Bowl, he got eaten up.
Yeah,
quite a bit. Mike Green ate him up. I know, and there's a couple of guys that ate him up, but
I'm surprised Green's still on the board.
That's a shocker too.
Yeah, I thought he might be gone. It also killed me that showing film of Dylan Gabriel because I think Gabriel is just as good as Dart, but that's a whole separate thing. Rob hates my infatuation with Dylan Gabriel. You wait, someone's gonna take him. He's gonna be good.
Yeah,
my phone is blowing up right now.
I'm sure it is. I am sure it is, guys. Ooh, this is just crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Just people are shocked. They're just shocked. And, it's not that knowing that they're going to sit for a year. So that's some of the issue people have with they give up picks for a guy that's going to sit for a year. But he's a future guy. And again, it's not a lot. Well, it's really not a lot. So
there's nothing wrong with that. And like Drew and I have talked about this before. Like the perfect example is like Green Bay, right? How many times have they drafted a quarterback and have made them sit?
Yep.
And how long have they had them? Like they've had 3 quarterbacks over the course of like 3 decades. Like
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, Mahomes sat for a year, right? Like Hurts sat for a while, right? He sat for a year, right? Or almost a year
He
with
needs
the
to sit
injury.
again, but it's a whole separate problem.
Yeah.
But
So
sit the quarterback, especially like when you go from the different level, and if you really need a quarterback, chances are you probably should sit him for a year because your team's not that good and you're throwing them to the wolves.
I think
and I don't think next year's quarterback class is going to be as good as people think. I don't.
They say every year they say it's better.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because number one, Arch isn't coming out next year. Nico Lama, like I don't think he's overrated. And he's not even playing at a big time program. Was he playing UCLA maybe or what? I don't know.
Yeah, he went to UCLA, I think.
And so
Drew Lar, I'm not that big on.
Yeah, and Nussmeier, like I like him, and I think he can be really good, but he didn't do what I thought he was going to do this year, and that's concerning, especially at LSU with the talent around him.
Yeah.
So again, I know people are hyping up next year's class, but I don't see it. I don't see it.
I don't either. I think every year we hear that. Every year it's a better year. Next year's the year. Next year's the year. So I just Bills are on the clock, by the way, guys.
Less than 4 minutes left.
They're making their pick right now because they're doing the whole handshake and hug over here. And it's funny because you can always see it's always like so scripted in the draft room. Okay, guys, we have to get excited. Let's hug and hold hands and sing Kumbaya at this pick now. But
I mean, again, we got Abdul Carter.
Yeah, listen, I can't complain. We got the quarterback our coach wanted.
Yep.
And we got the most gifted athlete in this draft.
Yep. Who's going to come in and make an impact right away? And that defense is what. And by the way, all the rumors out there that they were going to trade Tibbs to get a quarterback. By the way, that didn't happen.
They're not trading Thibodeau.
Yeah, I know.
No. Not this year, at least. Maybe next year.
Maybe.
No, but once again, like you take Dart, who some people say like where he's going to belong in this draft, but a lot of people say like you want him NFL ready, like you send him for a year.
Yeah.
Now, like, what did we do this offseason? We picked up a quarterback that's been to the Super Bowl. We picked up a quarterback that's also been around the league who's not afraid to throw the ball amongst interceptions, but you picked up 2 veterans in this league.
Yeah.
Who is better to teach this guy? And a weird concept too. Like you got this guy that's been to the elite level. He's been there. Who's also fallen off his high horse. Let's ride. And then you also got this other quarterback who's never extended to like that high level, but learn how to play gritty football.
Listen, he still threw 30 touchdowns in a game, which is in a season, which is as much as the Giants have thrown in the last 3 seasons combined. It feels like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you got this gritty quarterback that stays relevant in this league for 10 years at this point. So you got these 2 quarterbacks that it's like a yin and yang of like where you could be in the NFL to mentor your new guy coming up. So like. There's a lot of things he can learn from both these guys.
Yeah.
And you sit behind the ear, like it's that. If you think that's your dude, like I'm all about it. You got to do a Carter.
Yeah.
Who's going to make changes on this defense? Which was a pretty good defense last year when healthy.
Yeah, I think it's an ideal situation for Dart. I do think it's an ideal situation to sit behind those guys.
Yeah.
Both
for
those
him,
guys,
it's amazing. And you're going to step
there's no pressure
out with neighbors.
Yeah. I just the whole Ole Miss narrative and Eli narrative, like I just don't want to see that out there. Like, oh, they went, to get another Eli and
I said it already.
I know.
Yeah, I was going to say
Drew. I know. Which I don't think it's fair.
I hate what things that Drew says. That's what he just said, basically.
No. No, I wasn't referring to you. I was referring to the Giants universe.
Yeah. When you say it, Drew, it's okay. Everybody else ticks me off.
That's right, Drew. You can say it, but everybody else. The way it works. See, I'm the guest, so I'm buttering.
Bill's pick is in.
He just wants the musical number at the end. I'm on to him.
Bill's pick is in.
Do, 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 do.
Drew, hit the music.
Is it official? I don't see it yet.
Yes. Maxwell Harrison.
Well, now there's no point in cueing the music, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
I like the coverage ability he has. I don't like the lack of physicality with him.
I like his suit.
I do like his suit.
It's
If he was drafted by the Colts, it'd be amazing.
He looks like he'd go to outer space.
He probably.
He is wearing Kentucky colors.
I know, but it looks like.
It likes the Colts. I get you. I know. I just had to be the, antagonist.
I get it. Like I said, he's a good player.
Kansas City trades to Philadelphia Eagles.
I think he needs to be a little more aggressive.
Wait, what? The
Eagles are on the clock.
Oh, good God!
Why would the Eagles trade one pick up?
Why would anybody trade with the Eagles? Kansas City above all.
One pick?
You just lost to them in the Super Bowl. Why would you trade with them? Oh, hate anybody that trades with the Eagles. Hate it.
Especially the Cowboys do it.
Good God Almighty!
Good God, Miss Marty.
You just literally traded up one pick, and you don't know to lock in your pick already?
No, I hate that. I swear the NFL tells them not to do it.
Trade up. That's cool. You trade up right away. Wait 3 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Whole thing's crazy. Let's see. I'm trying to see the trade even. I don't even see the trade yet.
Well, the Eagles got 4 minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. And that's delayed.
Yeah, I don't see it. I want to see what the moves were. So, see Eagles, Chiefs.
The pick is in.
Okay, here we go.
Eagles pick is in.
So the Eagles gave up 164 as the pick they gave to move up to one spot.
That's it.
That's all they gave up. Obviously, they gave up the first round pick too. But I mean,
right. Well, no, yeah.
But yeah, when you're one spot, it's whatever.
Waiting for that one person.
Who they taking? Who they jump? They jump Kansas City.
Yeah.
So who do they think the Chiefs were going to take? They think the Chiefs are going to take their guy? Like what the?
Did they have that conversation? And the Chiefs, you would think would take whatever best offensive lineman at this point, just because everything but they gave up a 5th round pick. You couldn't have liked him that much.
Interesting.
Yeah,
a 5th round pick to move up in the first round. Granted, it's one pick. It's late still. Still waiting to see who it's going to be.
Who the heck? Oh my goodness! Tomorrow night's going to be interesting.
Or not, because we have one pick now.
We do. At least it's 65 and not 99, because God, that would stink to wait to 99.
It just seems weird,
right?
The whole thing seems weird. Like, why would you do?
I'll be talking first round for most of the show tomorrow night, I'm sure. It's gonna be everybody that comes on. All right, let's talk about.
He's gonna be like, if you want to hear my thoughts in the first round, go to 2 Giant Goofballs.
Yeah, right. Well, it's our fan appreciation, so we'll have guests on.
There you go.
Actual, guests and stuff. So,
see, Harold's fan is still available. Do you think the Chiefs would want to go ahead and just wait and get him another pick?
Maybe the Eagles are going to take him.
No, they're not.
Oh, who they?
No, they're not, because I'm so pissed off this happened. Right now.
No.
Jahad Campbell.
Oh, mother.
Oh, man.
Now, Wikipedia says from Michigan, but he's from Alabama. Alabama. He is the best pure off-ball linebacker in this draft. He is a really good player. I like him a lot.
I do too. I'm a Bama guy, but I
don't know what it is about the Eagles. They always get these really good SEC players and all, like just land in their lap, basically. Like it's insanity.
I don't
Every
know if
year
they're
this
going to
stuff
use him at edge though. He's light though. He's light to play edge. I don't
happens.
know if he
No,
can.
he's going to be an off-ball linebacker. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
they're going to put him there.
yeah.
You know, I mean, that's been the position the last couple of years they've been kind of scrounging to fill.
Why
But
would you trade with the Eagles? Good God Almighty!
like, did the Chiefs really want Campbell?
Who
Like,
they?
it makes me wonder, is there two players the Chiefs were on the fence about, and the Eagles called up and said, "We want this player. Would you give up something so we can take him?" Like, I'd love to be a fly in the wall for that conversation.
Right? Because now let's see who the Chiefs take. Because we got one pick left.
Oh, you know what though? I'm yeah. It's. I don't know. I can't believe why.
I don't get why anybody changed with the Eagles ever. I don't
Well,
get
at least Wikipedia finally fixed it and says Alabama now.
it. Yeah.
But they still have the Giants picking at pick 34. So if only. All right. So Chiefs officially on the board. Let's see what we got going. This is going to be. I don't know. I feel like who's left that we're thinking? Like they need offensive weapons. That's why I'm wondering about Fannin. Even though they obviously have Kelsey, but Kelsey might be his last year. Would it make sense to take Fannin, use him as more of a slot receiver, and then develop him and
Have him replace him. Well,
yeah,
try to.
I could see it.
Yeah. See,
Play Kelsey.
a lot of Giants fans think that Dart would have been there at 34, but
I don't think so. I think they're crazy.
I think New Orleans and Cleveland would have taken him. I agree.
They said the Rams would have taken him. The Giants
Rams?
jumped the Rams.
Wow.
That's everything I'm hearing. So I'm looking here at the players and who they got here. Oh, wow. Daniel Jeremiah on his top board left. You know, we're talking about, you know, going with the tight end position here. Yeah, he didn't even have Fannin as the next one up.
Is it Arroyo there from Miami?
He had Mason Taylor from LSU.
Oh yeah, that's right, Taylor. Yep.
We had Taylor as our fourth best. I like Terrence Ferguson better too.
I mean, Arroyo is not a bad option.
Well, I like Arroyo, yeah, but he's
been with
going
Taylor.
to be probably a late day 3 pick, I think. So late day 2 pick, I think.
Yeah.
I think it'll go probably third round.
Hey, can I say this? Anybody that thinks that Jackson Dart is Daniel Jones 2.0 is out of their damn minds.
Well, then I'm out of mind.
That's you?
I've been saying it all along.
Have you missed it? Did I miss it? I didn't hear you say that.
All along.
Oh, I missed it.
Said it multiple times in the program.
He was a much
You
better
just get
recruit.
off your phone.
He was yeah, I know. My phone's blowing up, man. I'm sorry. My fan base.
Yeah.
No, because my
No,
issue
he
is
was
the
a much-
defense
he was
that
a
it
much
can't
higher
throw with
recruit.
anticipation. That's the same exact problem with Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Jones had all the physical tools. He could not read defenses, and he could not throw with anticipation. That's the same problems I see with Dart.
I don't know. I don't. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't see that with Dart. I don't see any of. I think he's much better than Daniel Jones. He was a better recruit. He was a higher star recruit. He was all those things better than. And it's not just the physical tools either, but I do think. And the other thing that he has over Daniel Jones, he's got a friggin' pulse. Like he's got fire.
Daniel Jones is alive.
Yeah, barely.
He has a functioning neck.
Barely alive. Like he didn't have the fire that I wanted to see. Like he quit in that Seattle game, not this year. I mean, in 2023.
Oh yeah, he definitely did.
And all this, like that's what bothered me about him. Like he just didn't have the mental makeup to play in New York. He just did not have it. And I think Jackson Dart does. So I think that's where, whether or not he can read a defense or not, regardless of that, that is what sets him apart from that. Like even though I didn't want Dart, I've said it all along. I wanted Shador. He was my guy. I'm shocked they didn't take him. I'm surprised. But I never would have thought that I wouldn't put, and no offense, I wouldn't put Jones and Dart in the same
That's
sentence.
not. That's different opinions are perfectly allowed.
Yeah.
Sean James says, if you think he's DJ 2.0, then why aren't you more upset? Because first off, I'm used to losing. Second off, the problem is that, again, this is the coaching staff's decision. If they think this is who the best quarterback is, then take the best quarterback that you think is the best.
Right.
I'm not going to hate on them for. I don't. So I'm not in the meetings with Jackson Dart.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. And a quarterback is such a mental position. I'm not there. Part of my issue with him is, I think, honestly, it's the offensive system he was in. I think Lane Kiffin's system is just not conducive to NFL right off the bat. And if they think they can develop him, then go for it. But just know your job is on the line. Yeah. And your job was on the line before this pick, but it's even more on the line because at the end of this year, if the Giants aren't much better and Jackson Dart doesn't look like a legit NFL quarterback, guess what, guys? It's reset.
Yeah, could be. I'll say this, though. They had 3 years of Daniel Jones. You think they're going to draft a guy who is like Daniel Jones?
Well, here's the thing, though. They got he's not a 6th overall pick. There's a little difference in where he was drafted. But I don't know. I think picking him with a trade kind of puts us into him for a couple of years. But if they don't like him next year, there's nothing forcing him to keep him. It's just that if they don't like him next year, it's going to be a new front office.
Right.
Because you just traded up for this guy and you don't like him.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if I didn't like him. Like I said, I didn't hate Dart. It was just more I wanted Shedeur over him. That's more like I like Shedeur more, but it wasn't like, oh, Dart is terrible, like don't pick the dude. It was just I wanted Shedeur. So that's why like my reaction is a little different because again, it wasn't like oh Jackson Dart's awful, don't take him. It was no, I like Shedeur better. Like I wanted what he brought.
I just think there's guys later on available that are just as good.
Then as Dart?
Yes. I literally grouped him up with the Quinn Ewers and the Dylan Gabriels. I think that's where I have him.
Dylan Gabriel's height is the problem for him.
I know, 100%.
That's the biggest thing. If he was 6'2", then I would be all about Dylan Gabriel because I think the guy's really good.
Yeah.
But he also came from a system that set up quarterbacks at Oregon, right? And he played at 3 different schools. So, so I don't disagree there. But listen, Quinn Ewers Dart is definitely better than Quinn Ewers. And to me, he's.
Like I said, I'm just not big on him. That's what it boils down to. So
he throws a better deep ball than Quinn Ewers. Quinn Ewers is. You talk about Daniel Jones 2.0. Quinn Ewers is Daniel Jones 2.0 because he's very inconsistent with the deep ball. What did you think?
Last pick of the night, guys. Last pick of the night. Josh Simmons. From Ohio State.
Who? Yeah. Oh, Simmons from Ohio State.
And Steph says he did not like Bo Nix either, but he's not bad for Denver. Yeah, no, 100%. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to sit there and flip out as if I'm 100% right and I got to be right and this is the only option.
Yeah.
There's very few players I'll go to that extreme for. You saw me do that with Shamar Stewart when the Bengals picked him. That's 100% a bad move. This is a guy I don't like. I don't hate.
So here's the words from Brian Daboll. I like the way he plays. I like his competitive fire. That's a big one.
Yep.
I knew he'd like that. I like his accuracy. Another big thing for Daboll. I like his ability to push the ball down the field. His athletic ability to run with the football.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his guy. That's what he wants.
Yep. And that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's what I'm okay with it. If this is your guy and you have more access to information than I do, then do it. I'm not going to flip out and, cause a scene over it. I don't like it. I don't think it's the right move, but I don't have the same exact options to see all the stuff that they do. Oh, I didn't realize Rob was back. Poor Rob's left in the green room.
Oh, we put him in the back?
I missed the pick and everything.
No one puts Roberto in a corner.
I was dancing with myself and the dog.
No one's going to go Billy Idol on this?
Dancing with myself.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to call it a night for us here, guys. That's the end of the day one here, officially. So the Giants leave here with their top quarterback that they wanted besides Cam Ward, because they wanted Cam Ward more, let's be honest. But at least their top quarterback they were able to get they wanted. And they went ahead and got the most athletic player in the entire draft at a very high skill position. You know, edge is a premium position in this league here overall. So,
Yep.
like I said, I am not ecstatic about the quarterback we picked, but I'm good overall. So, Rob, since you had to step out for a minute there, what's your final thoughts before we get going?
I think we had I give this draft a B+ in the first round. A-. Because like at the end of the day, like, do we get the quarterback of the future?
Possible,
maybe. Do we draft the best player available at the position that we could use it at? We did. And then we used some pretty good trade tactics and didn't spend much capital to trade up and get that possible quarterback of the future. So, like, I want to go ahead and say, like, yeah, this is an A- first round draft for the Giants. Like, granted, time will tell. But I'm not ecstatic about this draft yet, because obviously I need to see them and play in the NFL, but I feel pretty good about it. Especially because, like, play like Dart, you're gonna have to wait another year. You have to wait another year to play because you're gonna have Russell Wilson unless he gets hurt, and then you got Jameis Winston play next year. You're gonna sit Dart and have him train by these guys. So yeah.
Sean, what's your final thoughts?
Listen, we got Abdul Carter. I'm excited about that pick. That alone makes it a great night, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's what we need in our division. Makes that defense better. He's a difference maker right away. We got, as you said, Drew, we got a quarterback that our head coach believes in. He was their guy. They traded up to get him. They believe in him. They like what he brings to mixes with him. So, okay, I'm good with it. It's not the guy that I wanted, but our head coach believes in him. And that's what I'm good with. So I'm agree. A- I think is a good point. Now let's see what they do the rest of the draft, because you got some needs to fill in and you can do that. But they got the guys they wanted, and I mean, how can you not be excited about Abdul Carter? Let's be real, right? Like,
yep. So
I'm good.
I'm going to go a little different. And you notice I was probably the most negative out of all three of us when it comes to the Dart thing. I'm just not a fan of Dart. I don't hide that. I'm fine with that. I'm going to give it an A+ this draft.
Oh,
What the?
Drew being saucy.
After all the negativity I gave. No, here's why I'm saying it.
We convinced them, Rob. See, all our good talk here changed his mind. See,
Drew, what kind of Kool-Aid drinking over there?
Giants
what kind of tequila is that?
The Giants were looking
at Jim Jones.
Hold on, hear me out. The Giants were looking at trading down. That was the rumor all day long. You heard all the stuff about that. They decided not to, which tells me they did not get a good offer to trade down.
Yep.
Point blank. They took the guy who was the most athletic player in the entire draft. Can't hate that. Don't like the personality and injury concerns. They're definitely there. It's not a perfect player, but this is, let's be honest, a very piss poor top end draft. So they got the best guy they could. Then they went ahead and got their favorite quarterback that they were able to get. If Cam Ward was an option, they skipped on him, I'd be a little more upset. But they said, we're going to trade down. We're not giving up a lot to do it. We're giving up 2 first-round picks, and one of those two, we're giving up 2 third-round picks. One of them was a bonus third-round pick on top of that we weren't even supposed to get initially because it's a comp pick. And we went ahead and got the quarterback that our coaching staff and our front office liked most overall, except for the one guy they couldn't get that went first overall in the draft.
Right.
That's as good an outcome as you can possibly get. Now, we can argue whether they should have taken Shedeur Sanders. That's doesn't matter. The coaching staff didn't want him. The front office didn't want him. Why would you want to draft a player that your front office and coaching staff didn't want, point blank.
Yeah.
So again, not the move I would have done personally. Not the move I would have done. But considering what you had, this is probably the best outcome you could have had tonight, guys.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep. Agree. Very logical take.
Yeah, like I said, that's where I'm trying to be at. Would I prefer to get Shedeur Sanders? Yes. But again, do I have all the information the Giants have? No. Does it matter if I like them or if Dable likes them? It matters a lot more if Dable likes them.
Yep.
He's the one that has to coach them. So, like I said, I'm cool with it. I'm not ecstatic about it, but I think this is as good an outcome as we could have had here for day one.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Great.
It's actually probably a better outcome.
Like I said,
because I didn't think we were going to trade up like we were originally until today.
I thought we were going to give up more to trade up. If you
Yeah.
were to tell me in the end that we were going to be able to get our pick of quarterbacks minus Cam Ward, and I only have to give up 2 first-round picks, 2 third-round picks to do it, sign me up.
And get Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the bit. Yeah.
Yes,
The big
and we're not talking about the Stallone
And get
movie.
Carter. It's not
and
like
get Carter.
We're not talking about the Stallone movie. Just to be clear.
yeah. You got your quarterback
remake,
and you got Carter.
Yeah, like I said, you can't
Pretty
complain.
solid
It's about as
first
good as outcome as you
Yeah.
could have possibly asked for, because
Yeah.
we all knew they were going to go ahead and move up, and they didn't give up a ton to do it.
No,
So
they really didn't at all. Not at all.
Yeah.
It's good. And with what they added is in free agency,
Yep.
that second round and that extra third they had they got that covered in free agency, and they're still good. They still got like 4 picks left, so they're good.
Yeah.
And just think about this: you got Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, and Abdul Carter.
Yeah. And we're still going to add, I think, in the third round, I think we're still going to add a defensive tackle, assuming one that fits the mold and
I agree.
is available. I still think that's the position that if they had their way, they'd pick in the third round.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, look at a guy like Darius Alexander, TJ Sanders, something like that to be available for us potentially and pick
Yep,
them up.
Alfred
So,
Collins. Yep.
yeah. Like I said, one of those guys definitely going to be there. So, like I
Yep.
said, I'm cool with it. I think it's as good an outcome as you could have possibly got today. Again, thank you everybody who was watching along with us, guys. We're closing in on a 4-hour show here, and that's absolutely insanity. This is like marathon shows whenever we do that. We'll be back again tomorrow for literally every single pick. And tomorrow starts at 7 o'clock, guys. Keep in mind.
Yep.
So 7 o'clock. So I think it'll be probably the 5-hour show tomorrow. It's usually a little longer of a day there. And again, thank you everybody who's been watching. We've got 70 people watching right now, guys. And listen, let's be honest. Everybody and their mother who has a football podcast is on tonight. So much appreciated, because that's not just 70 people on a regular show. It's 70 people that could have watched any single show they wanted to watch and chose us.
Plus Jay.
Which we question your decisions more than Joe Shane right now, but still, it's appreciate you guys for watching and listening. If you haven't already, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the share, tell a friend, because point blank, we suck at marketing. So without you all helping us out, yeah, we're pretty much nowhere. So thank you very much, guys. Before we get going, Sean,
Yes.
tell us where people can find you.
So you can find me on Twitter at JokerSean37. You can find me on New York Giants Rush every Monday. I am also hosting. I know we're going to be competing tomorrow, but
Hey!
I'll be on tomorrow night.
Guys,
For the
just
Rush
you have
Show,
two
but-
screens going. Just put his on mute to help us.
Yeah, you can
look
watch
at
us
it.
both. We're friendly with each other. You can watch us both. That's the way to do it. So absolutely. But yeah, no, Twitter JokerSean37, and then Monday nights, New York Giants Rush, 7:30 p.m. Monday nights. So thanks for having me on, guys. This was a
No,
blast.
seriously.
I'll
thanks
come
for
back
coming
on
man.
anytime with you guys, as long as it doesn't conflict with, my other gig.
You're always welcome, man. You're always welcome. And
Yeah.
yeah. And like I said, next time I do like a show at a bar or something, I'll let you know too, because
Yeah, please
I know
do.
you live like so local. I wish I knew this years ago.
Yeah, don't forget. And yeah, absolutely. I'll do a
Yeah.
live show. I'll come out. Have
Yeah,
some
like I
beers,
said, we go
whatever.
to Ferg's and stuff like that a lot of times too. So over in
Okay.
St. Pete.
Yeah,
them
you
beers
let
at
me
the
know.
top. Yeah. So
You let me know.
easy enough. All right. Appreciate it again. Thank you very much for coming on, man. Guys, again, we appreciate you guys listening. Now, we know Sean doesn't actually watch the show. He's already established that by saying he likes all my stuff behind me as if he, yeah, we're calling him out again on that. So, Sean, do you know how we end the show, Sean?
Well, you know I don't. You just said I don't watch the show.
I'm just calling you out.
God, you know how to
calling
watch.
you out.
No,
He
dude,
just,
I don't know
he
how
just
you watch
likes
the
my
show.
comments on his show. That's all it boils down to.
That's cold.
I
That's
know
cold.
how you end the show. Like you knew what was coming there.
All right. I'm just being a jerk. It's okay.
No, you're good. I'm taking it.
Dude, we know you're a jerk. It's fine.
Listen, Jersey people were more jerks than you all in Schenectady, New York, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Saskatchewan,
I'm an
Manitoba,
asshole,
whatever it
so
was.
You're a jerk. I'm an asshole. We're good.
So yeah, we just ended off with a Go Giants, of course, a very aggressive
Go
sound.
G-Man.
Go G-Man
Aggressive
here.
sound? All right.
Go G-Man.
Go G-Man?
I
Okay.
did it wrong myself here. I'm just so used to doing it those years now that
Yeah,
the
you
years
don't
that
even know how you don't even know how you end your own show.
But
Yeah,
hang
man.
on there for a second before you leave though, too, please.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Everybody, guys, again, thank you very much for watching. And as always, Giants fans, go G-Man! Go G-Man!
Go G-Man!
G-Man! And the Masters of the Universe!
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please subscribe.